the good life.
Yes.
Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say
No.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Ooh, susceptible now before the moment flies. It's not a problem,
No.
'cause I know what I'm getting into.
Yes.
Yeah, and nothing can stop me,
No.
'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right. It is Friday night, drink in hand. This ain't the first time you've been here, and it won't be your last time being here. Boy, I am having a great day. So therefore, it's going to be a great night with you guys. Once again, my name is Andre of Love Crossing Borders. And we got a great topic for this evening. For those of you that don't know, you're going to know tonight. Let me get this mic a little closer so you can hear everything that your boy has to say. Let's put some music on here real quick for us. Sounding real good, real smooth. Here we go, right here. And tonight's topic, guys, it centers around us that are looking to relocate to other countries, buy property, buy land. Some guys are looking for relationships. Some guys are looking for marriage. Some of you ladies out there that are looking for that special somebody, or you just looking to just travel around the world, but you've been a little hesitant. We're going to talk about why you've been hesitant. One of the reasons why a lot of people aren't accomplishing what they need to accomplish when it comes to traveling or relocating, you don't know how to finish anything. Take it from me. I used to be a person, it wasn't about procrastination, hesitation, false dreams, lying to myself. It was about none of that. It was, let me make sure I'm sounding good, sounding clear. There we go. It was actually all about me starting a lot of stuff, but never finishing a lot of stuff. So at the end of the day, I know that if I was going through that, and how did I come out of that? Because if I'm gonna tell you something for real, guys, if I didn't learn to be a finisher, in all sincerity, I would not have made it to any country. I would not have married the person whom I was with. I would not be at peace the way that I am. I would not be blessed the way that I am. The number one thing that changed my life, guys, I kid you not, I had to learn to finish what I started. And so we're going to talk about that and what steps need to be taken, when it comes to finishing what we started. But before we get started with that, you guys already know what time it is. It is Friday night, drink in hand. I got some smooth juice, something healthy that Andrea made. Actually, this came from the vegan restaurant, actually, around the corner. Yes, can't wait to take you guys to the vegan restaurant. And, oh, man, that's really good. It's like a pineapple mango juice. Fresh pineapple, fresh mango. All right, but no matter what you're drinking, today is Friday night, drink in hand. You better not have me drinking alone. I don't care if it's your favorite elixir. I don't care what proof it is, 80 proof, 60 proof, 120 proof. I don't care if it's bottled water. I don't care if it's pet milk. I don't care if it's evaporated milk. Do not have me here drinking by myself. I don't care if it's a smoothie from McDonald's. I don't care if it's a peanut butter parfait from Dairy Queen. Do not have me sitting here enjoying this Friday night TGIF by myself. In the comment section, let me know what you're drinking, guys, what you enjoying this evening. Like I said, I don't care if it's water. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's baptism water with your nasty self. As long as you got a drink in hand and your boy is not sitting here drinking alone on a Friday night. So let's get ready to get started with this part as well. All right, we got my boy in the building already, Gabrielle, representing. All right, great day. Salute to everybody, as well as my man Stefano, who's always represented as one of the head moderators here. I appreciate that with him, Charles, Gail, and TGIF mi gente, my people, my boys, guys. All right. Make sure that you show your support by hitting that like button. Always remember, guys, we like you. Make sure you like us too. There are over 26, 28 people here in the live stream already. I'm telling you, this is a good topic tonight. I mean, this is going to be a good one. Somebody going to go home with the feelings hurt tonight. And some people going to go home and say, man, I'm glad that you talked about that, man, because that's me. That's me. Some of you started your journey. I kid you not, you started your journey on going towards whatever goal it was when it came to traveling. And you ain't finished it yet. You act like you finished it, but you ain't finished it yet. So we're going to talk about what steps you can take to finally get to the point in life. And I mean this, and I'm not being facetious. I really mastered the art of finishing. And I'm going to give you a perfect example after we get done with these shout outs. Shout out to my man Victory for the 1999 super chat, that Prince super chat. 1999. He said, not feeling well tonight. Oh, man, I hope you get better. I'm going to keep you in my prayers in all sincerity, brother. He said, I'm going to have some rest and catch up on the replay. God bless everyone. All right, man. Get your health back on track, brother. Get your health back on track, man. I need you down here. Shout out to you, my brother. Love you, man. All right, we got me in the building. Also, we got Jay Fleming. Make sure you guys subscribe to the smoothest, coolest dude in Rio right now. Rio got one of the good ones now. My man Jay Fleming's in the building in Rio. So I'm happy for those individuals, for the ladies down there. Got my man, Mr. Smooth, down there. My man in the building also, Tev, Mr. King himself. I have a dream today. Happy Friday, everyone. From the mountaintops to the valley low of Louisiana, I hope all is well. Little black girls and little black boys. I had a dream. Julian in the building. He said, I swear this is my jam. Yeah, I'm telling you, boy, that Good Lies with I forget who makes it, that Kevin Samuel theme. Man, I ain't never letting that one go. So y'all gonna hear that one from now on. My man go get his residuals for real, whoever wrote that one. Shout out to Black Scorpion in the building as well. Gabrielle says, appreciate how each live is blessed with KS intro. Man, we ain't gonna never pretend like we forgetting about KS. Oh yeah, speaking of KS, I forgot to spin my. There we go. I was doing something with my little item in the back, my little it's one of those It's almost like one of those air freshener things that I have back here, right? But it's like one of those kind of like expensive ones that cost like $60, $70. And then you got the special oils that go off in there. And so it just sprays it in the air, makes it just smell so amazing in here. That's what that one is. He said, you miss KS, man. I be watching KS episodes, man, like I'm watching old MASH episodes, like I'm watching the episodes of Scrubs. I'm telling you, I'm watching back-to-back Kevin Samuels episodes like I'm watching my favorite television shows or favorite whatever it may be. So yeah, I miss my boy KS for real. And there's some situations that's going on, and I'd be like, what if KS was here? Would this be going on? Shout out to everybody here. We got 31 people in the building. Make sure we got 31 people clicking that like button. Black Diamond says, having me dying in love with them both. Yeah, man. Julian is a building. He always says, man, it's fresh and black tonight. Gotta keep it like that, man. Tonight's topic, once again, guys, for those of you male and female that are individuals that like to travel, or you've been saying that you're gonna do it and you've been meaning to do it, or you want to relocate like me and my man Los, relocating, building new lives. And you like, if these some regular dudes, Los is just a regular everyday round-away brother from Tampa. I'm a round-away brother from Tampa. If those regular dudes can do it, why haven't I done it? And I'm gonna tell you, one of the things that holds up back a lot of dudes, man, and a lot of ladies in life, I'm gonna tell you something. You want to bust your head? I'm gonna bust your head real quick. In the black community, one of the things that hold us back just as much as other races, you ready? We don't finish nothing. We some starting okay. Ooh, Dr. Umar. Where's that school, bruh? Where's the school, Umar? We don't finish nothing. We talk a good game. We can play in a good game. Hey, Black Lives Matter. We ain't seen y'all since white people gave y'all the millions of dollars to shut the heck up. Black Lives Matter, where are you? Oh, civil rights movement. Oh, Black Power, Ungawa. Oh, what happened to the progression of the civil rights? What happened? When we sold all our businesses in the community to Asian individuals, we sold our businesses to those from the Middle East. What do we do with all that money that we got from them? We owned all, because of segregation, we owned all our own little spots, our own stores, our own barbershops, our own this, our own that, our own plumbing shops, our own hair spots. We owned everything because we had to. Own restaurants, and we sold dang near everything. Where do we do all that money, black people? What? We start stuff and we don't finish it. And it's killing our community. You don't have to have Klansmen running around no more. All you got to do is have a bunch of black people with a plan to start something and watch them don't finish it. Tell me I'm lying. You see how I just went through the history of the last 80 years of black people always starting something, but we don't never finish it. We never see it through. But then it's a new generation, a new day, and there are those of us that are learning the fine art of finishing. Finishing what we started. I'm going to take you through the steps, I kid you not, guys, in which helped me master the art of finishing. Because if I didn't learn how to finish stuff, it was no need of me starting all these businesses. There was no need of me talk about going on diets and exercises. There was no need of me talk about traveling or me talking about relationships, because every relationship I was going to ruin it. Why? Because I didn't know how to finish one. And I came from a generation, that's one of the things that messed up my life. My mama didn't know how to finish nothing because she didn't learn from her mama how to finish something. I'm gonna bust your heads. Y'all think I'm playing. My daddy didn't know how to finish nothing because he learned from his daddy not to finish nothing. Even though they had land and property and successful businesses, they didn't know how to finish good relationships. They didn't know how to finish raising their kids and grandkids and teaching their grandkids how to raise grandkids. A lot of the stuff that I'm learning right now at 55 years old is because my family didn't teach me how to finish stuff. What was the first thing that God said to Abraham? Y'all know I always go to this verse in the Bible. Genesis chapter 11, last 5 verses. Genesis chapter 12, first 5 verses. Genesis chapter 11, God goes to Abraham's dad and say, Abraham, daddy, I need you to do me a favor. I'm going to send you to the promised land. What? Me? Yeah, grab Abraham, your son, grab Lot, because Lot is your grandson, and I know your other son, he died, Lot's daddy. Bring him, bring your cattle, bring your wife, bring everybody. Leave your family. I'm going to take you to the promised land. Before you get through the 5 verses of chapter 11 of Genesis, it says that Abraham's daddy stopped, rested. He said, this is a good spot right here. This must be the promised land. He didn't go any further. Didn't do what God told him to do. He started. How many times have we started some stuff? How many times have I started some stuff? I'm going to tell you, man, dude, I had to learn this. Outside, I'm going to tell you something for real, in all sincerity. And I'm going to come back to the comment, to the intros. In all sincerity, y'all know how I always say my biggest regret in life was all the women that I smashed because of all the time that I wasted in my life running through a couple thousand women. It didn't take all that to have sexual pleasure. I overdid it. A lot of men ain't gonna admit that. Man, listen, I smashed them because they needed to be smashed. So be it. Man, I had to do what I had to do with these ladies. That's on you. As for Andre, I knew I threw away a lot of good years, a lot of good time of my life that I could have been doing something that was ultra productive. There were years that I didn't have to run through 300. You see what I'm saying? It's only 360 days in a year. Dre, you don't need to run through 300. You could have did much more with a year than run through 300 females. That's the only true regret I have in my life, that I wasted too much time running through women, and it ain't take all that. It really didn't take all that. So like I always say, for all you brothers that ain't been running through all them ladies, don't never let nobody make you feel bad that you ain't smashed 50, 60, 70, 100 chicks. Dude, I'm here to tell you right now, it ain't all it's cracked up to be. All these dudes is bragging about, man, I done ran through 300 chicks. Dude, don't brag to me, because I already know it ain't all it's cracked up to be. Because ain't none of them chicks around, none of them chicks around to help you, build you, take your life to the next level, maybe 1 or 2, but the rest of them was a waste of time. A waste of time. I swear my life would be so much further ahead, and I'm blessed now. But goodness gracious, did it take over 2,000 to get my point across? Pun intended. But number 2, if I had a number 2 on the list, my number 2 thing, that if it was a regret, now I don't regret it because I didn't know any better. I didn't know how to finish stuff. And a lot of dudes, they go tell you this truth about themselves. A lot of us have started classes, colleges, businesses, marriages, relationships, kids' relationships with our kids. Some of us ain't even finished that yet. Some other dude had to come along and be a stepdad and finish off what we started as a dad. Come on now, y'all know I'm telling the truth. I ain't the only one that was not a finisher, and I had to learn in my later years in life, man, how to finish stuff, man. And once I learned to be a finisher, life took off. It was like God was waiting for me to learn that one little lesson. Boy, could you at least learn to finish something? And that was it. Oh yeah, back to Abraham's dad. He didn't finish the trail. God said, I'm sending you to the promised land. He decided to step where he wanted to. He ain't finished. So God in chapter 12, verse 1 through 5, went to Abraham. Abraham, I told your daddy to go to the promised land. You did? Yeah. So now I'm telling you to pick up and leave your daddy. Why? He don't know how to finish nothing. I told him to get away from his family because they didn't know how to finish nothing. So here's what I need you to do, Abraham. Genesis chapter 5, verse 1 through 5. I mean, Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through 5. I need you to finish what I told your daddy to do. Some people gonna die Martin Luther King Sr., and some of y'all gonna die Martin Luther King Jr. Some of y'all gonna start some stuff. Oh, you gonna start some stuff, but you ain't gonna finish nothing. Somebody gonna be Martin Luther King Sr., you ain't finish it. Somebody gonna be the Martin Luther King Jr., finish the race. I'm telling you, bro, when I broke that habit, man, listen, you can't tell me nothing now. My man QB Passport in the building. Dre is a real one. Salute to you, brethren. Salute to you too. All right, once again, shout out to Los being in the building. And my man Mike T. Looking forward to another live stream. Oh man, this is a good one for all the guys. My man Jay Clyde in the building. I was just looking at some photos, Jay Clyde. I either posted or you posted some videos. Was it on Instagram? You just posted something? I know I'm just looking at some pictures that you just posted like yesterday or today. I was just looking at those. Shout out to Julian once again. He said, I'm finishing up the last of my school assignments, but I'll have a drink in hand soon, brethren. Okay, is that loose? Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce that one. I don't want to mess up your name. I don't know if you're male or female. LCI. It's almost like Lucy or Lukey or Loki. Greetings, bro. Keeping up the excellent work. Now that sounds like a brother. Okay, there we go. Thank you, brother. Gabrielle sitting out that Canadian money, man. I'll take that. I was born and raised in Detroit, so hey, I'm used to going across Windsor and shooting up I-401 straight to Toronto in 3 hours. Hanging out in Toronto. Love Toronto, man. Man, I had some nice women in Toronto. Shout out to Toronto. Okay. He said, yeah, the baptism water. We ain't talking about church again, are we? No. Andre been talking about that all week, man. How much fun she had on that live stream. All right. Here we go. Oh, my brother says, peace, family. Peace. My namesake is in the building. Shout out to you, Dre. Global exec, he said, I'm having trouble finishing long-term projects. Yes, man, we're going to talk about what steps you can take in order to accomplish that goal. I kid y'all not, man. I'm not being facetious, and that's why I told y'all my story first. It's easy for me to talk about other dudes, but when I tell you my story and how I overcame stuff, you're like, well, wait a minute. If this brother went through it, then I don't have to be quiet about me going through it. He said, raise my hand. I'm guilty of starting things in the past and not finishing. Yes, that was me, bruh. I kid you not. I couldn't blame it on women. I couldn't sit back and say, well, I couldn't finish it because of the ladies. No, that was me acting a fool. Sometimes we just got to come to the conclusion, we messing up. And so a lot of times, look, Kevin Samuels only talked to the ladies, 2 years? He talked to us for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and we still didn't get it right. 4 or 5 years, Kevin tried to get the men to act like we got some dang sense. And he was like, you know what? Let me go and talk to these ladies over here. Since these men don't get what I'm saying. And one of the things we got to do, man, we got to finish. We got to finish the race of life. Jennifer is in the building. Shout out to you, Jen. Hey, Andre, you're not drinking alone. I'm here with you, ready for a great night also. Much love. Shout out to you, Jen. I appreciate you very much. Once again, I'm on a 75 hard challenge. That's what it's called. Somebody started this challenge on during the pandemic. And so so if you want to look it up on YouTube, you can see people's 75-day results. And man, it's amazing. So no alcohol for, and that's one of the challenges, no alcohol for 75 days. So here we go. We got a healthy drink of pineapple and mango juice from the vegetarian restaurant around the corner. All right. Once again, Lowe's, he said, I'm laughing. I'm guilty of that sometimes, just sometimes though. That's absolutely correct. I'll take that just sometimes. My man XL Pro in the building. All right. Here we go. The connector. He say, gang, gang, gang. See what I'm saying? Yeah, understand, man. Understand. Shout out to you brothers that want to show some love by way of the Cash App that's going down below, as well as the PayPal. I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. Without you guys, I'm telling you, there is no love crossing borders. And I wouldn't even be here. Not even talk about the channel, the proceeds. When I say this every week, I mean this. If it wasn't for the men and the ladies, there were like a one female who was coming to Cali, Colombia. I followed her when it was just only men coming to Colombia on far as YouTube channels. I felt so blessed that not even realize 3 years later, Andre and I would be interviewing her on our channel. And Chanel was just she was so gracious, and she was so happy when I told her, I said, if it wasn't for you, sister, you were one of the few ladies that was on YouTube and in Colombia that I could follow your journey and feel encouraged. So when I sit back and I tell you guys, man, listen, if it wasn't for you dudes, it would not be me here. I needed all y'all, male and female, believe that. Shout out to my man for the $9.99 love. He said, Peace King, your show and the traveling and your showing and shows you are. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. He said, Peace King, your show and traveling and show are only videos I watch. Wow, man. You sound like I was. He said, tell guys, get a wife. Be a real man instead of spending money on pros. Yeah, bruh, I'm telling y'all, man. Some of y'all gonna look, he right. Some of y'all gonna be like me, look back on life and realize it didn't take all that. It did not take all. Dude, I'm in the swinger clubs. I'm all in the orgies. I'm cheating on everybody. Everybody getting cheated on. Andre's the only one I've been faithful to. Everybody, you with me, you getting cheated on. I'm talking about you can be the freakiest, nastiest, wild one. Either we're going to bring somebody in the house or I'm going to find somebody outside. Dude, I was bad. Boy, the Lord has delivered me from some stupidity. And before I came here, I had to get Andre right. So when I came to Colombia or whatever country I was moving to, I didn't want to bring that old Andre with me. I'm coming to a new country. The slate is clean. I got a brand new ID, brand new line of credit, brand new truck, brand new wife, brand new life. I didn't want to bring that old Andre with that mess with me. So I had to get this together, and get this together, that mouthpiece, because I know I could talk them out of it. And now I'm at peace and I'm proud of myself because I learned to finish stuff. Shout out from Deborah from the A in the building. In the A. We got the ladies in the building tonight. I appreciate that, man. Y'all blessing my life. Mr. Crypto in the building, man. I was just looking at crypto in what was I studying? In Tobago. They just started crypto in Tobago, and then they were showing on the video how to invest in Tobago by way of the cryptocurrency. You know, that's low specialty as well. Things going great, brethren. Things going great. Crypto traveler in the building. My man Rev Kev is in the building as well. It is. He said. Isn't that pronounced Lochi? It could be, or it could be Gucci. I don't know how it was spelled. Don't give me the line. Shout out to my man Black Nubian in the building, straight from Canada. Hey, Black Nubian, let me know what area you're from. Shout out to you, brother, for the $2.20 super chat. Let me know what area you're from in Canada. All right, we got Racket Club. He said, what up, Dre? He said, I'm guilty of dragging my feet, finishing what I started. He said, I'm in final stretch of completing my project management certificate. Boy, that's what I'm talking about. Get that online money. project management certification so I could work remotely. So I didn't read the last line. All I saw was project management certification, and I knew it was online opportunities. Man, there's some doors opening up for you all. Make sure that you go to our Patreon page. Even if you don't support the Patreon, let's say, Dre, hey, I can't afford $5 a month. Even if you just go to our Patreon page, and it's right here, scroll down. I have an article right there. Companies that hire for you to work anywhere in the world. Click on that article. Great article I wrote, really good article, especially the part about Black people working online, the graft. You'll love that part. Scroll down to the bottom. There's the list, the brand new list of 300 online jobs. Many of them pay up to $70,000 and some of them up to $120,000 a year. This is a really, really good list of online jobs. Many of the companies that are hiring are from other parts of the world as well. So they're not just all US. So go to that article, companies that hire for you to work anywhere in the world, and it's absolutely free. If you want to join the Patreon, I appreciate that. We're trying to get at least 3 more people today to join the Patreon. We appreciate that, but I want to make sure that you guys have access to information as well, and so that's absolutely free. So just go to our Patreon, scroll down toward that article, click toward the bottom of it, and you'll be able to download to your phone or download to your computer the whole list of 300 jobs. You click the links and it'll take you directly to the websites. Man, I looked out for y'all on this one, man. Man, I wish somebody did that for me when I first came down, for real. He said, I came across your channel from watching Ace. Never thought about visiting Colombia until now. Man, y'all got to get on down here, man. I'm telling you, y'all sleeping. Hey, don't believe every YouTube video. Remember, for example, you got a city like Medellin that gets over 1.4 million visitors every year. Medellin, as far as attacks on major attacks like deletions and kidnappings and druggings for expats, under 100 people as far as tourists. Last year. A lot of people don't realize that. If you get 1.4 million tourists, and only about 100, maybe 150, if I stretch it, people end up in a problematic situation, ain't too bad. You got 1.4 million people coming to your doorstep. Everybody ain't gonna make it. The party ain't gonna, somebody gonna get towed up and get drunk at the party, right? Hopefully they get it down to where nobody's in trouble and everybody gets back on the plane and go back home safely. But if you listen to YouTubers, they make it seem like it's every other person getting got. And that's not true. Shout out to my man, homie. He says, what up? He says, just got home, got my beer. Man, there we go, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's my last 2 beers until July. See? Hey, I ain't mad at you, brother. He said, who y'all feet, y'all? Wait a minute. Who y'all feet, y'all? Okay, I didn't get that one. So let me hear that one again. He said, I got my leche, milk, of course. Does a body good. OVO. OBL. I hear you in there, Andre. OBO. He said, what it do, Slim? What's up, Ken in the building? Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to my man. He says, raining gloomy weather here in the DMV. Man. I do not miss that bad weather, man. It was a great day today here. It really was a good day. I can't complain. Oh, you're in Toronto area? That's what's up, brother, man. I love Toronto. I ain't gonna lie. I had fun in Toronto. Goodness gracious. I was doing some evil in Toronto. Okay, here we go. My man, Cricket Letter, PPI is in the building. The Mississippi boys at it again, Mom. They're at it again. All right. He said, and Racket Club says, I'm definitely about to join your Patreon tonight. Thank you very much, brother. That means that we got 2 more people that I hope will at least join our Patreon, because what we're trying to do is some great, amazing things. And it's set up. You know, some people just got a Patreon and say, hey, thank you. That ain't us. Our Patreon is set up as, we're setting it up as the one-stop shop for Colombia. Some of you dudes, you know, you might not want a private consultation. You might be able to say, Dre, just give me the information. Let me run with it in the Patreon. I kid y'all not, boy. I'm hooking it up. That Patreon is like going to your local convenience store. It's all going to be in there. All of it. I kid you not. Every city. Dudes, we ask me about cities that are way out of the way. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it in there. All right. Law Dog's in the building. Shout out to you, Law Dog, man. He said, I have been trying to get the guys at work to go to Colombia just to know what it's like. He said it would change their life, but they don't want to take they don't want to take the risk from what they're used to. Just do it. You're absolutely correct, man. You're absolutely correct. Stefano, he put the Patreon information right there for us, brothers. Thank you very much. But if you're interested in a private consultation, we will have that information for you. I got my whiteboard up here, and a few consultations already scheduled. So if you want to be a part of them, let me know, and I'll send you all the information and what you get in the consultation, and you get a chance to join a couple of our WhatsApp groups to where you get more. You be in there with Los and Andrea and all the rest of us, like 150, almost 200 of us among the two WhatsApp groups, and you get so much encouraging information, so much information on the Airbnbs, all that good stuff. So it's all inside of the package of the consultation. All right, let's get ready to get started, guys. Tonight's topic, like I was saying, is all about, I'm going to start off with a story. There's a dude, man, very famous, and he's actually a Grammy Award winner. He's been nominated for a Tony. He's been a person that's been in many movies, movie producer, television producer. He is been in rap industry. He's been in the clothing industry. I'm telling you, this dude has basically done it all. And here's the kicker. He ain't the best at none of it. He ain't the top 10 actor. You ain't gonna think about him ever when it comes to top actors. Music or hip hop producers, his name ain't coming up in the top best of all time. His Grammy, you surprised that he even got one. Clothing line did all right, but you ain't naming him as one of the top clothing brands that you put on anytime too soon, or even when you were younger. The thing that caused this person to stand out over everybody, shout out to Victory once again. Hope you're feeling well, brother. The thing that makes this guy stands out from everybody, to where because he's a finisher, he's finished his way to almost $1 billion empire. And he ain't good at nothing. I'm going to repeat this. Worth almost $1 billion. I mean, over the threshold of 700 million. Ain't good at nothing except finishing. I'm talking about Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs. You can't name Puffy in the top 10 list of nothing that he's ever done. He's not the top 10 business manager. You ain't gonna look at him as the top 10 business mogul. Nope. You know plenty of people that are CEOs and COOs and business leaders. And you do not mention Puffy name. You mention Warren Buffett. You mention Jeff Bezos. And you mention other people, but you do not mention Puffy. When it comes to acting, when he was in Raising of the Sun, and other acting parts, you don't look at Puffy like one of the top greatest black male actors of all time. No. What about rappers? Puffy? No, man. No matter how many songs he made backing up Mace. No. Name one thing that he has actually been in the top 10 of. Nothing. Reality shows? Nothing. Dating hot chicks? Nope. The one thing that Puffy mastered, that's what my point is. The one thing that Puffy mastered that put him to the point where he's over 700 million is he finishes what he starts. And if you're a person that cannot finish what you start, you will continue to put limitations on yourself and limitations on your life. That's what I was doing. I was wondering, like, wait a minute, I'm smarter than some people out here. I'm smarter than my boss. I'm smarter than my boss's boss. I'm smarter than my boss's boss's boss. And I play golf better than them. I'm sitting up there like, I'm just as spiritual as my pastor up there. I can speak to people. I'm a good dude. I attract good people around me. What? I'm not addicted to no drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not blowing my money in there. So why is all my money going here and not going here? Why is my life here and not up there? Why am I always looking in the bakery, looking at the glass, smelling the good baked goods like I'm in front of Hostess, but I'm not on the inside of the glass of the bakery? Why am I always on the outside of the bakery looking in, watching everybody else eating good, but I'm out here in the cold of life? How come I can't get my piece of the pie? And I had to admit to myself, as I sat back and I studied Andre in my 40s, I discovered, even though I was married, even though I was making $70,000 a year, even though I had a great vehicle, even though I had the great home in Tampa, I'm living the beach life. Everything's supposed to be great, right? I'm living the black man's dream, right? So why am I so unhappy or so unfulfilled? Because I wasn't a finisher. And I'm in my 40s at that time period, early 40s. I couldn't finish being faithful to this woman. I wasn't a finisher. We ended up having to sell the house because I wasn't a finisher. My truck, I was like, I had it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't finish paying it off. I was like, let me sell this thing. Let me get another one, because I wasn't a finisher. Everything that I put my hands on, I started. You know how many books I started writing? How many businesses I started? Even Jeffrey can tell you in 2011, you know how many clothing lines I started? Jeffrey will tell Ghostface, he'll tell you now, I remember Andre had that in 2010. Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't a finisher. I didn't even notice it. And some of you guys, the reason why you haven't even started on your journey of relocation, even though you want to relocate to another city, another state, or another country, you were like me. You start, you talk real good, but you ain't no finisher. And you don't never want to admit it. And this might be the first time that you thought about it. Tonight might be the first time you're like, man, you know what? Man, I have gone to 3 colleges. I didn't even think about that. You know what? I've only been in 5 real relationships, and every one of them, at least 3 of them, I cheated. I didn't even notice that. I know how to finish a good relationship. Man, I do got some partners, but I ain't been a partner to my partners. I don't know how to finish friendships. And he right, my mama wasn't a finisher, my daddy wasn't a finisher. And my parents was good and they did good. But they got a divorce, they weren't finishers. There's no reason why we got 80% of sisters in the United States with kids out of wedlock. We start something, but then all of a sudden we can't finish it. We start having these babies and kids, but too many of us ain't finishing what we started. Now here come the stepdad. I was a stepdad, finishing what another man started because he was too busy going in and out of jail. And it's a lot of you stepdads that's out there that we the finishers for what another black man started. So when I sit back and I say, bruh, I know what it's like to have to put a pause on life for a second and be quiet and walk through some parks in quietness and walk through the beach by myself and tell my boys, and you know what, I don't feel like going to club tonight. I got some books I need to read that's going to teach me how to finish this thing called life. I'm telling you, these 10 tips that I'm about to give you, these are the tips that have taken my life from where I'm looking in the bakery in my 40s to where now I own the bakery. To where I'm not looking for a piece of my American pie. F that. I want the whole bakery. I don't want one pie. I want the whole bakery. You can have a slice of the American pie. I want the bakery. I'm at the point in life, like I said before, I don't want the white man I don't want to be like the white man. I want the white man to look at me and say, I want what he got. I want his life. I want his wife. I want kids like him. I want goals like him. I want his personality. I want everything that Dre got. That's what I want the white man to be. I don't want to be like the white man. I want the white man to want to be like me. And the first thing I had to learn to do to get to this point, Andre, you ain't a finisher. You start too much and you don't finish enough. So let's go with number one. And I'm not going to ramble too much tonight, guys. I'm not going to ramble too much because you know how I can do. But shout out to my man, QB Passport. Dre is real one. Salute. Shout out to you, brother, for that one. And all you other guys that have donated already. He said, knowing is half the battle. Amen. I said, I definitely not been finishing, but I've come to the realization, during the pandemic. My goal, man, I kid you not, guys, ladies and gentlemen, my goal was this. I was not leaving the United States and still be a person that couldn't finish, because I would have been back in the United States at least.
I supposed to make a cake and I found this. Oh my God.
I was wondering why those eggs were sitting there anyway. She found some boiled eggs sitting on the counter. I think we made them this morning. We didn't. So, she was trying to make she's about to make a cake, right? She's looking out for your boy, right? So she's gonna make a coffee cake for him, or a healthy one. And so she went to go like this with the eggs, and she found that both of the eggs were boiled. So that's what she was showing me. Okay, but yeah, guys, I refused, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I refused to bring the old Andre to another country. That player Andre, he can't go. Slick Andre, he can't go. Andre that denies stuff about himself, he ain't coming to Colombia. He ain't going to Italy with me. He ain't going to Spain. He can't go to Cuba. He can't go to Mexico. He can't go nowhere with me. I was not going to take Andre, who was messing up my life in my 30s and 40s, and he gonna mess my 50s up. Oh, no, he ain't. Oh, no, he ain't. And some of us need to come to the conclusion. And I love saying this at 55 to let you guys know it ain't never too late to wake up on yourself. It ain't never too late in life to wake up and say, you know what? Let me get this thing right. Even if you're in your 40s and 50s. And like I said, I don't know if anybody ever told any of us that you got to learn how to finish stuff. Even for us Christians, the Bible says God is the author and finisher of our faith. The beginning and the finisher of our faith. Come on, man. We got the most successful person. Jeff Bezos started off in that garage. You sat back and you saw Bill Gates creating software and his team and all. They didn't create the computer. They just were creating different type of software to go off into the computer. You got the dudes from Home Depot. 2 dudes lost their jobs. Started buying lawnmowers, old broken lawnmowers in the neighborhoods, fixing them and selling them. Years later, you got Home Depot. 2 dudes that lost their jobs. They started something and they finished it. You will never find somebody that's a multi-millionaire, even if they ain't the best at it. And I want you to remember this part. That's why I gave you Puffy's story, because Puffy is outside of his personal person. His business side is probably one of the best American stories there is. A dude that ain't good at nothing. He ain't good at nothing. He can't sing. He ain't the best rapper. He ain't the best actor. He's not the best producer. He's not the best business. Nothing. He ain't the best at nothing. How can a dude that's not the best at nothing end up at $700 million? Because, oh, it's the Illuminati. Dude, I ain't trying to go there right now with you, okay? It's because this dude learned to finish what he started. Number one thing that you want to do when you start something, write it down. I don't trust nobody that does not take the vision and write it down. Hey, Dre, I'm going to start a business. Okay, tell me what you got. If I don't see you reach for a pen, paper, a pad, something, notebook, I don't care if you show me on the, I'm going to email it to you, Dre. I don't care what it is. I don't trust anybody that just use mouthpiece when it comes to starting what you going to do. Dude, you know how many pads, notepads I keep around and all these pads I got down here? Man, please, I keep pads around. They say that no person that's worth over $1 million has ever succeeded. I was reading the book, once again, The Millionaire Next Door. They said every single millionaire, everyone has written down what their goal was going to be. There is not one millionaire that has not written down at one point in time or another what their goal was going to be. Oh, I was creating stuff, but I wasn't writing stuff down. Give you a perfect example. Remember when I told you guys about the 75-day challenge, right? You see those little dots? That's me accomplishing each day. I gotta see it. I gotta see me going after something. That's the first sign that you will be a finisher. That you take the time. I don't care if it's just on a piece. I don't care if it's on a piece of paper. I don't care. You know how many emails I send myself? I get a lot of emails from y'all, but I send myself a lot of emails. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, let me, all right, okay, all right. Send. If you can't write it down, it is not gonna happen. You gotta to be able to see it, to be able to remind yourself. It's just like when women give us when the ladies give us the honey-do list. Or when they give us a list, hey baby, make sure you bring this from the grocery store. Get this, get that. Make sure because women know. For men, sometimes you gotta write that grocery store list down or he'll forget. He'll bring 2 things and you ask for 7. You gotta write it down. A partner of mine taught me that a long time ago. He said, Dre, and this dude is very successful in business. And he said, I've had so many people come to me with business plans from their heads. He said, I've yet to have somebody come to me with something written down already. And I never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that. Any goal or plan. I got this big, you see how you see the white boys in business? And when you go to, if you ever been on a sales team and they got the big whiteboard for the goals of the week and the goals for the day, your boy got the same thing right here. I can tell you when all you dudes are coming to town. I can tell you about what our goals are for the next year. I can tell you all the goals when it comes to the Patreon. I can tell you about all the consultations that's coming down the turnpike over the next 4 months. I can tell you about what I do every single day. Okay, this day I got recording. That day I got editing. This day I'm writing. This day I'm making sure that I got this taken care of. Okay, we got the website popping off. All we're doing is waiting for Google right now to approve our website so we'll be able to have not only the website, but also have Google ads posted on our website. I start what I finish, and I finish what I start. Because I write it down. So every time I walk in here, first thing I see, okay, you're going to accomplish this. You're going to do this. Oh, y'all going to Europe. So make sure y'all got this. Okay, Andre, y'all going to get to Europe. You know they need laundromat. They got laundromats over there. So understand. So look up how the laundromats. Oh, they got eSIM cards. Find out what the eSIM cards. Oh, you can ride the trains. Find out how much the train fares are in London. Also, when you go into France, make sure you know what the train fares are for that. Oh, you want to learn more from different YouTubers. Oh, Facebook groups. You want to get involved in that. Oh, the consultations. Okay, here we go. What about the affiliate marketing sponsors? Okay. All that's written down. You can't be nothing in this life for real, if you ain't writing down where you want to go with this thing. I don't know why we as brothers and sisters ain't writing down. We ain't got a vision board. Man, I wish I wasn't using my... Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I just be talking to be talking. Right here on my phone. Right here on my phone. Let me take it away from my eyes so you guys will be able to see it. There we go. We got Andrea. We got My Daily, which is the investment website for Colombia. We got money coming to us. We got our relationship. What's that word down at the bottom? Give. I'm going to always be giving. What about the house? The house with the truck in it. I keep a vision board on my phone. What do you keep on your phone? What do you keep on your phone? Do you have a vision board on your phone? A vision board that follow you everywhere you go? I change this vision board every single year. Every single year. And then if I scroll it over and slide it over, you'll see family and you'll see church and you'll see all those other spiritual things. You gotta have it written down. You gotta have the vision. That's the first thing I'm telling you, dudes. That when I learned that one, man, listen. Y'all thought I was playing. All these are notepads. I'm writing stuff down. All this. All these notepads. All these are notepads. Y'all think I'm playing with this? You got to write whoever you want to be down. And I'm talking about, I like what one brother said in a motivational speak I heard. He said, the average person should write down, no, Steve Harvey said this. He said, write down 300 things that you want to happen in your life. He said, now most people going to get to like 50 or 75. Steve Harvey said this and get kind of stuck. He said, but I want you to write down the most outlandish things that you can imagine. Your trips to Paris, you getting out the United States, you marrying or if you're already married, having a greater relationship, you having a certain amount of grandkids, you being able to donate to help children's societies. You got something that's named after you. A wing of a college is named after you because of you donating. You've done whatever it is. You met somebody famous. You've done something that made you famous. You got a certain amount of patents. You want 10 patents on something. Write it down. He said, write 300 things down that you want to happen in your life and begin to, on a regular basis, read through that list. He said, I'm going to tell you something was going to bust your head. 50 of them going to come true in the first year. But if you ain't wrote it down, that 50 will never happen. He said, just take the time out, sit down one afternoon and write down, I want a Bugatti and I want to be able to drive a Bugatti in Germany on the Autobahn. I want to, I want to learn how to swim. I want to learn 5 languages. I want a wife that's like blah, 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 blah. Write it down. And Steve Harvey said, statistically, they found that once you write down at least 300 just amazing goals, 50 of them usually come to pass in the first year as you just continue to read your goals. You ain't done nothing. You just read. And all of a sudden the universe started opening up doors just because you wrote stuff down. Just because you wrote stuff down. All great inventors did it. All presidents did it. That's what we got. That's why we know what Abraham Lincoln quotes were and all that stuff. Because Abraham Lincoln wrote everything down. That's why we could tell what president said, what we know what George Washington, everything was written down. When the Declaration of Independence, they could have just said, we declare independence from London. We ain't mess with y'all no more. No, they wrote it down. We gotta stop letting white people write everything down, and we gotta start writing stuff down for us too. So first thing we gotta do is write it down. He said this information is better than watching the game. Shout out to you, brother. Number 2, bruh, ladies, you gotta stop chasing cats. I had that problem. Some people say it's called chasing squirrels. Some people say it's chasing cats. Some people say you're chasing the shiny things. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. But what about that? You got to stop chasing the shiny things. If you want to, you only get 24 hours in a day like everybody else. You got the same 24 hours that Biggie had, Puffy got. You got the same 24 hours that Jay-Z got, Beyonce got. You got the same 24 hours that your boss and his boss got. So why is he over you with the same 24 hours in a day? And don't be like, cause he the white man. No. That excuse is getting thinner and thinner as the years go by. When it comes to accomplishing who we supposed to be as a people. That using a white man as the excuse, that's getting thinner and thinner as the years go by, because we're getting the opportunity to do more and more as a people internationally. One of the number one thing that held me back and I had to stop doing, I had to stop trying to herd cats. Some of you dudes are cat herders. I said it. You're a cat herder. You herd cats. You're a squirrel herder. You know how some people herd buffalo? Not you. Or herd cattle, or they may herd the pigs or sheep. Not you. You was like I was. You herd squirrels. You a squirrel herder. You know how hard that is to be herding squirrels? Shout out to my man again. He said, why must I feel like that? He said, why must I chase cat? Yeah, the parliaments. Some of you dudes still on the funkadelics. You're chasing cats. And I don't mean the ladies. What I'm talking about is every time some new idea pop up, you think that it's for you. You like how Jackie Gleason used to be on the Honeymooners, and how Fred Flintstone used to be, and how some of those quick get rich quick schemes try to manipulate people. Oh man, if you sell these, you'll get $50,000. Some of you still trying to sell Kirby vacuum cleaners for $3,000 during the pandemic. Believe you me, I was back there back in the day selling Kirby vacuum cleaners for $2,000. There ain't that many people that need a $2,000 vacuum cleaner. Then I'm over here doing this. Oh, this, I'm gonna get that business. No, I'm gonna do this one over here. Jack of all trades, master of none. Jack of all trades, master of none. And ain't going nowhere. However, the rest of the quote goes, Jack of all trades, master of none is always better than the master of one. So there's nothing wrong with having skills and abilities from different locations. The Bible says, send out your bread on the water and it'll come back in 8 different ways. The average millionaire has seven streams of income. The average millionaire, I'm going to repeat this, guys, have 7 streams of income. So I'm not saying don't have these streams or these abilities. What I'm saying is stop chasing and trying to herd cats. Stop trying to herd squirrels. Stop every time it's something shiny, think it's for you. You know how many times some guys have come to me, Andre, I got a business plan. You need to start an Airbnb. No, I don't. Andre, you need to do counseling for guys that want to be in relationships. You need to have like a meetup for guys and the ladies in Colombia. No, I don't. Great plans, but that ain't for me. It wasn't put on my heart. I don't chase all the shiny things that could make money. I stopped that. In the States, you'd have got me. Oh, you'd have got me back in the day in the States. I was a squirrel chasing squirrel herder. Some of you dudes are just like me. You done started like how many businesses in the last 4 years? 6. How many relationships you done ran through in the last 10 years? 6. You a squirrel herder. You can't keep no woman. You gonna blame her for everything, or you gonna blame the economy because you can't keep $50 in your pocket. You ain't addicted to nothing. You ain't no crackhead. You ain't on heroin. You ain't no gambler. But you can't keep $50 in your pocket to save your life. Cause you chase the shiny things. Oh, the new Jordans out. Oh, look at the new Louis Vuitton purse out. The new Coach purse out. Ladies, you can't keep you buying this expensive purse and you can't keep $50 in that purse. But look at people from the Middle East. I was just watching a Valuetainment YouTube channel. The number one economic family or group by far in the United States, people from India. 80% of their kids go to college. Most of their kids are in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Their kids ain't got no choice. Ain't no running off. You can play some sports, but you're going to go to your STEM, boy. The money that they have as people from East India far surpasses the income of white people. White people, this is a crazy part. We think white people number one in the United States. Nope. Number one economically in the United States, East Indian. Pakistan on the list, China's on the list, Vietnamese, Koreans on the list. It's like number 9 or 10 on the list is white people. That's the most economically stable in the United States. You know what makes people from India so successful in the United States? They don't herd cats. They become so narrow-minded. If STEM works, and our people that get degrees will be the best at it, they train their kids for STEM positions, to go to college for STEM. Outside of that, outside of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, business. That's it. In their community, you can't get no other degrees. It's a shame, a travesty to talk about you about to get a massage therapy degree. Archaeology degree. That's not about to happen. Not in the States, in the Middle Eastern community. They keep 3 or 4 families in one house for almost up to 10 years. 3 or 4 families with the kids because they're stacking their money. So after that 10 years, everybody balling. Ain't nobody walking in there with the Louis Vuitton purse where you can buy the Louis Vuitton company. They got so many billion. I didn't even realize that. I'm looking at these stats. They got so many billionaires that's East Indian in the United States. They quiet. You ain't gonna see them on the media. Nothing. They just doing it. And like I said, statistically, the success that they have with their families, they have dude, check it. We all know that black people got the highest divorce rate in the United States. White people at 37%, Latin people is at like 28%, right? People from India, 9, it wasn't even 9%, it was like 7 to 9% divorce rate. Whether they were born in the United States or whether they have arranged marriage coming from another country, they don't get divorces. They say the family in the business is bigger than our own personal, whether I love you or not. They believe you grow to love somebody. You don't just fall in love day one and get married. That's cool, but you grow to love, and because y'all have been through so many things together with having a family now, y'all grow to love each other. The way we do it, I gotta be in love with you to put a ring on your finger. That's why a part of me and Andre's relationship, kid y'all not, business. There's a we love each other part that y'all see, but there's a business side to Andre and Andre as well. We realize that in order to accomplish what we need to accomplish for the next generations, we got to treat our marriage like it's a business as well as it is a couple that's come together. We have business meetings every month. We got to stop sheep herding. I mean, not sheep herding, but cat herding. We got to stop chasing the shiny things. Whatever is put on your heart right now, if it's put on your heart, learn Spanish. Learn it, dang it. If it's put on your heart to come to Colombia, find out what you need to do to get here by the end of this year or early next year. Stop procrastinating by way of chasing the shiny things. Some of y'all would have been here in Colombia if you wasn't buying that big ass Jordan collection that you got. Some of you ladies, look at your purse collection. It's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of purses right in your room, and you got the audacity to not have no investments in nothing. You let every stock just take off. You let Bitcoin take off, ladies. You sit back, you let NutraSweet take off. You sat back and let Facebook take off. Facebook came in at $35 a share. It shot up to like $110 a share within the first few months. But your purse collection, girlfriend, you had to go to the MAC counter and you had to get the MAC makeup. Come on, ladies. Ladies, you start degree. All us sisters, we got all these degrees, girl. We ruling. I'm an ex-college recruiter. I know what you do. Nobody want to tell the stats of how many sisters transfer from one degree to another degree and get all that college debt. You don't want to talk about that, do you, want sisters? All that college debt y'all got from jumping from one degree to another degree to another degree. Y'all some cat chasers just like we are. Y'all squirrel herders. Black people, we got to stop doing this. In order to accomplish what you need to accomplish in life, focus on, if you're going to write that book, like perfect example. I told Andrea and I wrote it down right here. You're going to build this website. I ain't never built a website. Everybody I hired to build a website, it either took them too long or they disappeared or they couldn't do it. I said, you know what? I got the ingenuity and the ability. I said, hey, in the words of Jay-Z, if I could sell keys, I guess I could sell CDs. In other words, if I could do one thing, I guess I could do another thing. And I meticulously built an amazing website. And it was better than what my vision was for somebody else to build it. And so now all we're doing is waiting for the approval, which takes a couple weeks, because I had some things I had to tweak because Google said you need to take care of this, tweak that, fix this. And now we can put the assets of the commercials on there. I started something and I finished it. The old Andre would have been chasing squirrels. Oh, if I build a website, now I can build an app. My man, a BMT, Black Man Travel, he built an app. Let me build an app. Ooh, let me build this. I've been chasing squirrels and when nothing got done. You got to stop doing that, fellas. You got to stop chasing squirrels. I kid you not. That's going to mess your life up, bro. I swear. Take it from me. That was probably one of my worst things. Father of many nations in the building. Thank you, brother. He said, blessings, fam. Glad to make alive nice music, bro. Thank you very much, brother. I forgot to change the music over. I was going to put the smooth jazz on. Let me see what I got playing. Oh, I got some smooth. Let's change to another song, too. There we go. Yeah, I just want to make sure we got the smooth jazz going. Yeah, we got the nice one. Nice smooth jazz. Yep, he says stick to it and finish, man. I had to learn. Dude, I was wondering why my life was not, it was good, but it wasn't great. And you know how sometimes you feel like you look at people on TV and you just in your spirit, something tell you they ain't no better than you. If Usher was right here, I don't need your autograph. Beyonce, that's all right. You may have, like, I got people that I'm a fan of, like Dr. Cornel West. See what I'm saying? Dudes that are like of intellect. Brother Minister Farrakhan. These are the dudes that if I want some, you just a singer or an actor? You a rapper? Nah, bro, I don't want your autograph. You just play football. I'm gonna criticize you. You gonna walk away from me mad because I'm talking about the touchdown that you dropped in the Super Bowl. So you might not want to be a sports figure around me. I might talk about your basketball game and how I saw Kobe get 61 on you or something. So if you're a sports figure, you might not want to be around me no time too soon. But if you're a person that's like Dr. Jordan Peterson, them dudes, oh man, I'm a fan of them dudes. Kevin Samuels, what? Yeah, they get my fandom. But just regular everyday entertainers, no, because something in my spirit was telling me, Andre, you just as good as those people. Then what's the matter with my life that ain't going right? You ain't finishing what you started. Boy, you ain't finishing what you started. Once I caught a hold of that, I was good. Thank you guys for subscribing on Rumble as well. I was actually on our Rumble site today. Thank you for guys for subscribing to our channel on Rumble. Shout out to you guys. Oh, you guys will talk with each other. Yeah. He said facts in the Middle Eastern folks about their business. They are. He said Indians getting divorced is like death sentence for whoever initiated. Yeah. Kid, you know, I was listening to those statistics, man. I mean, my man on Value Tamer was just running down the stats. I was like, dang, I didn't know that about people from India. You know, you see them, but you see them in the movies and everything, but you really, you know, you see the Bollywood movies and everything, but you really don't see why they balling. It's one thing to be balling. And don't get me wrong, he was also saying it's not a perfect, no culture is perfect. You know, there is divisions and racisms and things like that in the culture. But what he was saying is that as a group, no matter what color you are, there are certain characteristics that people from India, no matter if you're dark skinned or the lighter complexion, that they all have in common, especially when they come to the States. He was talking about how white people are trying to fight for a 4-hour work week. He said, try to get somebody from India to just work for 4 hours. He said, try that one out. He said, I wish you would try to tell somebody from India that you only can work for 4 hours, for 4 days a week. I said 4 hours, but 4 days a week. Yeah, he said, what are you going to school for? Absolutely. Absolutely, man, listen, I saw sisters coming there, man, getting their degrees. We got our degrees, girl. You got your degree in massage therapy, criminal justice. Come on, let's be real, sisters. I love you. Now, many of y'all got some major degrees. Y'all got degree in like, what's the other one that's well known? Human resources. I'm watching y'all come in. Medical assistants. Not going for the nursing. And if you go for the nursing, it ain't enough of y'all that's practitioners, the highest level of nursing. Y'all just become nurses and be cool with it because you're making some decent money. Instead of going to see you still on the outside of the bakery of life, instead of getting your practicing degree, which is the highest level of nursing, and the highest level of nursing allows you to do some far more amazing things as a nurse than just being a regular RN or a surge tech. So I'm never impressed. If y'all guys want to meet a brother that's never impressed, when I hear these women talk about how much money they make, sisters ruling the world, we getting all these degrees, y'all getting all that college debt, because I see sisters that ain't nothing but squirrel chasers, herding squirrels. That's all they do. One degree to the next degree, to the next degree, to the next degree, or they just don't finish it at all. So number one is write your vision down. Number two, do not chase squirrels. Stop chasing the shiny things, man. I'm telling you, that's killing y'all. Father, many nations, thanks again, brother, for the cash app, man, the $10 cash app. He said, I canceled my trip to DR, forfeited the flight, canceled Airbnb, etc. Because coming and living in Cali, Colombia. Man, you'll love it down here, bro. I'm telling you, man. He said, buying assets is more important to me. He said, it's greater than delayed gratification. That's another thing that they said about, that Valuetainment said about people from India. They heavily believe in delayed gratification. That's why it'll be 3 or 4 families in one house when they do have the money to move out, but they put the money back into the businesses and back into their kids' education. I'm like, man, I ain't mad at y'all. Thanks again, brother. Thank you guys once again. For those that are supporting the Patreon, once again, tonight we need at least 3 people to sign up for the Patreon this evening. We appreciate you guys. He said, this stream is really speaking truth to me. Not finishing stuff has been my #1 problem. Bruh. That old Andre wouldn't have never made it to Colombia. And let's put it like this. The old Andre, Gabrielle, the old Andre would have messed it up with Andrea in the first month. Not first month, the first year. Bruh, can we talk as people, as men? I know the ladies up in here. Do y'all know how fine these Venezuelans are? These Afro-Colombian women I be seeing? Come on. The women in Medellin, think about it. These women in Medellin ain't built like the women in Cartagena, who ain't built like the women in Cali, who ain't built like the women in Medellin, who ain't built like the women in Bogota. All different flavors, bruh. That doesn't include all the rest of South America, Ecuador, all the sisters down in Chile and Peru, all the sisters down in Brazil. What's my point? It's so easy to mess up. At least women in the United States put up a fight if they gonna cheat with you. You married, I ain't doing, You married, you ain't gonna bring that karma back on me. At least the sisters in the state put up a fight even before she gonna cheat with you. Here, they do not care. When I say sad chick is part of South America, they want you to cheat because they got a husband. They like, listen, I be your side piece, you be my side piece. We gonna keep this quiet. The old Andre would have failed for it. I'd have been chasing squirrels. I'd have been trying to herd all the little sexy squirrels I could. Burning time. Burning time. Instead of owning the bakery, I'd still been trying to let me get my piece of the pie. The old Andre would have easily fell for that trick. Easy. Man, I'd have had so many women outside of here, and I've been looking at y'all on camera, lying to y'all. Yes, Andre is my #1. She's my queen. All the stuff I talk about, it would have been nothing but lies, because the old Andre didn't know how to finish nothing. That's my point. So when I learned how to finish stuff, when I learned how to write stuff down, look at it on a regular basis, have my vision board on my phone on purpose. Stop chasing squirrels. Number three, what I decided to stop doing was, and I love doing this one, I start doing things that had an expiration date. Boy, hey, this is one of my top ones right here. If y'all want to know one of my secrets, when it comes to getting yourself in order and becoming a finisher, I put an expiration date on everything. Everything everything. What's the challenge I'm doing right now, guys? 75 days on purpose. I'll do 300 push-ups for 300 days challenge. How I lost weight in the States. Dude, I was 265. I was a big boy back in the States. Man, I'm gonna show y'all some pictures one day. I was a big boy in the States, 6'3", 265. Man, I'm looking like I need to be drafted or buried. I knew I wasn't a finisher. So I started doing stuff that had expiration dates. I would purposely get involved in 5K, 8K races. The date was August 12th. The entry fee, $25. It wasn't about the $25. It was because it had a date on it. August 5th, I gotta have my body ready. So I'm out there jogging. Or I may be taking a brisk walk and all of a sudden I start jogging. I might be in the gym losing this weight. All on my mind every day is gotta get ready for this race. Get ready for this race. As soon as that race over, I may have lost 10 pounds getting ready for a race that's 3 months ahead. Why? It had a date on it. And so to keep weight off, I purposely did obstacle courses in Tampa, running through the woods, swinging on ropes like your Tarzan, running through mud. Each one of them had dates. They had dates. That's my number one, by personal of this list, that's my number one secret. When we started Love Crossing Borders, I said 5 years. Let's see what it's at in 5 years. I told y'all our dream was in 5 years to get to 10,000 subscribers. We never knew all this stuff was going to happen. We didn't imagine it. I'm watching O'Shea. I never thought someday I'd be interviewed by O'Shea. Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I never thought that. I never thought I'd actually be friends with Taylor Made Dreams. I'm watching Taylor Made Dreams. Ace Live? I ain't think I was gonna be, dude. I took a gamble and sent a comment to Ace when he was at 200 subscribers. I didn't know this brother was gonna respond. I said, bro, I'm coming to Columbia. Could you show me some stuff in that area? I'll take it from there. Just tell me where I could go. I ain't know that I was gonna become a brother to this brother. He's gonna be a brother to me. All this because I decided to put an expiration date on everything. I put an expiration date when I was leaving to go to Colombia. I said in 3 years, right around November, because I knew that it was expensive, really expensive to buy a ticket in Colombia between December and January. So I said, November, I'm leaving. And I'll never forget, I think I told you guys this story before. My coworker, now I got about a good 20, 25,000, right? Put to the side. And I told myself in October, early October, well, if I stay at this job a couple more months, I can get another 5,000, 6,000 out of here. Now, when is my expiration date? The 3 years had gone by? November. I had already told my coworker, my boy, we still talk to this day. 3 years, November. He remembered, I remembered. But when it was time for my expiration date, the old Andre started popping up. Well, I can move the date. He said, Dre, if you don't get your ass out of here, get out of here. Go. If I had paused just for a second, I don't know what would have happened to my life just from that pause. Put an expiration date. If you want to learn something by a certain time, if you want to write I told myself when it came to writing that or creating that website, Andre, since you ain't never created a website, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to create it. I got 2 books coming out. Dre, I give you 3 months to get those books written and sent off to the proofreaders. Got them written. Got the website done. I remember Dave came to me, my man Dave, the tech show. He said, Dre, you need to start another channel that has to do with finances. I said, what for? He said, A, the stimulus checks are out there. He said, and B, nobody's talking about stimulus checks for expats. He said, nobody's talking about all the retired people that live outside the United States. He said, and you're one of them. My expiration date was 5 videos. I said, okay, cool. 5 videos. We had, at that time period, we're at 2,000 subscribers. And I said, okay, cool. Like I said, our dream in 5 years was 10,000 subscribers, right? That was our little dream, because over 85% of YouTubers never make it to 10,000. So we thought 10,000 subscribers was it. Even to this day, 85% of all YouTubers since 2005 and 6 don't even make it to 10,000 subscribers, right? Do the first video, we get 2,000-3,000 views. All right, that's great. Do the second video, we got 20,000 views. What? Me and Andre looking like, what? 20,000 views on finances? Went to sleep. And I've told this story before. Went to sleep on our 3rd video. Woke up the next morning. We're at 31,000 subscribers. The video, 286,000, right? 270, 286 overnight. And we ain't looked back. Why? I kept an expiration date. Andre, you need to get these 5 videos done for this topic by this date. You need to get this book done by this date. You're doing a 75-day challenge. You're doing these obstacle courses, and the date for the race is you are moving to Colombia on this date. You gotta have a date, brothers. The reason why you don't get stuff accomplished because you started, but you don't have a finishing line. You can't. Who can sit back and say I won the 100-meter race if ain't nobody lined up the 100 meters? If the line ain't there, who can say they're hitting the bullseye without a target? You could be the best marksman, the best shooter, sniper there is. If there's no target, nothing to aim for, you can't. There's no form of accomplishment. And once I discovered I have to have a target for my arrows to shoot to. I can't keep doing this life where, see, some of us, you were like me. You use a shotgun for everything. Boom, and it just shoots all over. You just hope something land. You shoot, you hunt deer with a shotgun. You just hope something land on something. It's hitting trees and squirrels and birds. It's hitting everything but a deer. Because you ain't got no sniper in you. You gotta, when you set an expiration date, now you a sniper. Now you can pull that arrow back and you can be like my man, the Lord of the Rings. You just, you can do it like that. But if you ain't got no expiration date on your goals, when you say, I'm moving to Colombia, what's the date? Mine was 3 years down the road. What's the date? I ain't trying to hear you moving to Colombia. What's the date? I'm visiting Colombia for the first time. I'm going to Brazil for the first time. What's the date? That's why you continue to hear me and Andre say, well, we're going in September. We're going in September. We're going to Europe in September. We're going to Europe in September. Why? I'm speaking this date into existence. I'm not speaking, I want to go to Europe. I hope we go to Europe. Someday we'll go to Europe. No, I'm speaking the date. I'm speaking the date. The 75-day challenge. Y'all constantly hear me talk about that. I'm speaking the days, the date. I'm telling you, that's my number one secret. If you want to start finishing stuff, give yourself an end date. That's the, bro, I'm giving you my hookup. That's my personal Andre Spence patented hookup that's caused me to lose weight. That's caused me to be here in Colombia. That's caused me to build this brand. A date. I give everything a date. Everything gets a date. Everything. Except for maybe, the till the death do us part. We got a date for when we want to start focusing on kids. We got a date, okay, this is when we're going to buy our first home. We got a date for, okay, this is when we want this to be paid off, that to be taken care of. We got a date for everything. Anybody that's successful in life got an expiration date. What does that expiration date mean? When you get to that date, either you need to revamp it, restructure it. Like you get to that date and you're like, man, I really want to be in Colombia, but I really want to move there, but I only was able to visit twice. Cool. You hit your date. You was able to visit twice. You did get a chance to move here. Cool. No problem. Now you hit you revamp it and restructure it. What's the next date that you think that you'll be able to move to Colombia? Well, I think I might, be able to do it in I said 3 years. It might take me 5. Cool. Set the date. Don't feel bad if you don't hit the date, but at least you got an arrow to go for, like people say. Shoot for the moon, you might just land among the stars. But you gotta put a date on it, people. I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all my game. If I told y'all one of the most important things that rule my life, I put a date on everything. If I say I'm going to a doctor's appointment, I know the date. If I say I'm going to go pay on something, I know the date. Even if I make a promise to you guys, hey, big man, I'm going to take care of this by this particular date. And if I miss, if the date come up, I'm reaching out to you, letting you know, hey, this is what I'm doing, and we're going to have to schedule for another date. He said I do it for people in Spanish. Yeah. Shout out to EMB. Hey, y'all got a good draft. Hey, between the Raiders and Eagles, man, we've been drafting pretty good, brother. Pretty good. I like that defensive player y'all got. Maurice in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He said autocorrect in the shower. Oh, okay. He listening. He said, to finish anything, you have to be disciplined when you are motivated. Absolutely. And that's another thing, dude. We got to be disciplined. It is not going to be easy. That's one of the things I'm going to be talking about in a second. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Shout out to Kid in the Candy Store. All right. But yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, November is the best time. Holiday prices for the flight. They do. EMB, you better let them know. Those prices double and triple on December 1st. If you coming to Colombia, you better have your ticket in November, because literally the first day of December, them prices triple. And you're going to be looking like, what? Yesterday? Like in the words of Fat Joe, today's prices ain't yesterday's prices. Thank you guys for subscribing to our other channel, Mostly Money. I just dropped a video over there. Information in regards to overseas bank accounts. Definitely. He said, you talking that higher level language. Dre, you talking the higher level language. You are too good to us. Yeah, man. Hey, man, listen, man. I'm just like everybody else, man. And I'm trying to see all of us do what we need to do, because it's not coincidental that all of us are together encouraging each other every Friday night. It is not a coincidence, and we all gonna take advantage of it. Next thing on the list is this. Listen, guys, don't get comfortable. Bruh. I was so comfortable making that $70,000 a year, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was so comfortable having a beautiful wife and cheating on her, and she wasn't gonna go nowhere. You couldn't tell me nothing. You got a gorgeous wife. You cheating. You traveling everywhere. She thinking I'm down the street. I'm in 3 states over. You got homeboys, that's your dogs. You stay in one of the top sports cities in the country, Tampa. You doing good. The worst thing that you could ever be is comfortable. One of my favorite lines that Eminem had ever wrote. One of my favorite. Lord, don't let me get pigeonholed in a regular job. I refuse to grow old in Salem's Lot. That's in the song Lose Yourself. He said, Lord, don't let me get pigeonholed in a regular job. I refuse to grow old in Salem's Lot. That was me. I was pigeonholed in a regular job. Good paying. Some of us, our souls are for sale. Some of you dudes should have been, you should have been retired out the military. You making good money. Military asked you 2-3 times. Are you ready? You done? No, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little longer. Some of you should have been over here. You got military pension. Ain't no way. I'm gonna tell you something for real. Can I say something to all you, my military brothers and sisters? There is no, other than having kids in the States or family, friends, or finances. Other than that, ain't no way in heck. I got pension from the military, especially some of you 100 percenters already, and you still living in the States at them prices, and you got a pension till you pass on, and you just visiting countries? Ain't no way. I ain't want to laugh at my military brothers and sisters, but today I'm laughing. There is no way in heck. There is no way. And you sitting up here watching me, a regular dude, and I ain't got no monthly pension. I got to work like the rest of you brothers and sisters. Man, no. No, hell no. If you ain't got no responsibilities in the States, you need to get your hat right on out the States. You took care of your responsibilities by taking care of a whole country. If you military, you took care of a whole country. And if your kids are older, they 18, 22, 19, they 29, man, you should have been gone somewhere. This your 10th year going to DR, and you don't own no property in DR. You'd have been to Chile 5 times, and you just ain't made no choices in moving to Chile at all. You just zooming back and forth to Thailand like the flights ain't as long as they are. Instead of buying you a piece of property over there, or at least getting you an Airbnb over there, or an apartment over there, something. Man, ain't no way. I wish I would. I wish I would have monthly dividends coming in like that. And you watching a regular dude like Andre live the life. But that comes from not finishing what you started. And the military taught y'all how to finish what you started. And you got out and you just act like you forgot everything that the military taught you. Shout out to my man, Love and Freedom. He said, you're right, I'm a retired Marine. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for your services. Living in Mexico. And in Chile. Shout out to you. Charles in the building. He said, my ears game. People play by Alan Parsons Project. That gets me every time. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah, I took the towel off, bro. I took the towel off. But yeah, man, that getting comfortable, that's a killer. I'm gonna tell you why. I told this story before, but it's been a while since I told it. It's almost like a joke, not a true story, but check it out. I'm gonna answer your question in the Second Timothy, especially right after you spell Colombia the correct way with 2 O's instead of a U. Colombia is in South Carolina. Colombia with 2 O's is in South America. Okay. 3 little demons about to graduate school in hell. Devil walk up to the first little demon. He said, how you gonna mislead the people? I'm gonna tell him ain't no God. Devil looked at him and said, no, shorty, they already know it's a God. Walked up to the second little demon that was graduating. He said, what you gonna do when you get to earth to deceive the people? He said, I'm gonna tell him you don't exist. He said, bruh, little man. He said, oh, they know the devil exists. They know I exist. The devil walks up to the third little graduate. What you gonna do to deceive the people when you get to the earth? I'm gonna tell them they got all the time in the world. The devil said, you'll lead many people to hell, my son. Many people to hell. You don't have all the time in the world. You got to live your life with sense of ambition and urgency. And like the one brother said, discipline and motivation. Life doesn't just happen. Nobody's just that lucky. Well, they were lucky. Dr. Dre was lucky. You know, Jay-Z was lucky because Biggie and Pac had passed on. Jay-Z was still doing his thing. This person was lucky. That person was lucky. No. Because even if the luck happened, they still had to put in the work. 50 Cent still had to show up to the studio. Eminem still had to show up to the studio. Remember, I just used Eminem as not Eminem, but Puffy as an example of a dude that is worth, think about it. This dude is literally worth $700 million and ain't good at nothing. Nothing. Except one thing. He finishes what he starts. And once I noticed that about Puffy, I started respecting him more on the business side, because how he is in real life, he ain't finished that yet. But I can say in business, you got to not be comfortable, man. You got to do it while you scared. You got to do it when you ain't sure. You got to do it when you worried. Did you think I was sure when I came to Colombia? What about Taylor Made Dreams? Taylor Made Dreams just said, he said, I bought a house in Atlanta. I got the DR, bought a house. He said, all I had was the money for the down payment. I didn't know how I was going to pay for this house in DR, and my condo in DR, and I just got me a place in Atlanta. Sometimes you got to go after your goal. I would rather sit up there and go after goals with my money than sit up there and use my credit card buying 3 pair of the new LeBrons that came out. And now I'm trying to piece money together to pay my credit card off because of these dang LeBrons. I'd rather be, at least I'm using that credit card towards business. We got to stop being comfortable, guys. Never get comfortable. I'm always changing this board, always rearranging. That's why I said I change my vision board on my phone every year. I never want to get comfortable with this thing called life. I'm riding it till the wheels fall off, because the stuff that made Andre comfortable at 40 ain't the stuff that make me feel comfortable at 55. The stuff that make me feel comfortable when I was 25 don't make me feel comfortable when I'm 35. 25, sometimes you just don't know not to be comfortable. But when you hit 35 and 40, you looking like, man, listen, I got responsibilities. Timothy says, how well can you live on $10,000 a month in Colombia? That's my pension. Ain't no way in the world. You asking a moot question. Come on, Tim, you know better. A person that's making $50,000 a year is in the top 1% of the world. What are you talking about? I mean, top 10% of the world. $50,000 a year. If you bring $50,000 a year, you in the top 10% of the planet. 8 billion people. I think many of y'all make way more. So you can choose Colombia to live in. You can choose Brazil, Timothy. You can choose where you really want to live in. The fact is, why you ain't chose it? That's the question. Now, if you got family responsibilities, I got you. Or you got some ties, some things that you need to tie up in the States, I got you. But in all sincerity, a lot of times we just on some stalling stuff. I think I told this story one time. There was a when I was in Tampa, a friend of mine was dating an architect from Colombia. She's Colombian. He's from Colombia. His family was. His dream was to always live in Colombia. The company that he worked for, he asked them, "Can I live in Colombia?" They said, "Yes, anytime you want. You can work remote as an architect from Colombia." He was making $200,000 in Tampa. He was so afraid to leave the United States with $200,000 a year and an A-OK from his company. It took him almost 2 years to move to Colombia, fully speaking Spanish, nothing but relatives down here. You could be so comfortable in your life that the stars can be aligned for you to be the next Kobe of your life, and you will still sit on your own bench. Some of us sit on the bench of life for no reason. Ain't nobody told you to sit on the bench. The universe have you lined up to be the Jordan of your life, and you refuse to get out of your comfort zone because it's all you know. My family did it. They taught me that. A lot of stuff, man, I'm learning to undo. Your 40s and 50s is so crazy because you start to unlearn all the stuff that the people that loved you taught you. All this stuff, I'm sitting back spending all these years unlearning bull that my mom taught me, uncle taught me, cousins taught me, grandma taught me, on both sides of the family. Half that stuff was trash that has nothing to do with life because nobody taught them how to do it correctly. So I'm walking this planet for 40, 45 years backwards. And y'all gotta admit the reason why y'all ain't finishers and y'all walking around this planet backwards because y'all learned it from y'all families too. Y'all families my family on this side of the park doing a family reunion, and your family's on the other side of the park doing a family reunion. So we all know what's going on in our families. And some of you dudes in your 40s, you know you sitting back, you unlearning some stuff just like I did. You got to reprogram yourself on this, reprogram yourself on that, redirect yourself. Oh, I thought it was like this. Do you find out that it was all wrong because your mom and your cousin and all them talked, but they didn't know any better. I'm telling you, bro, that comfort zone will put you in trouble. Just like the little devil said. He said, I'm going to tell people that they got all the time in the world. All the time in the world. He said, well, I didn't know that's for real. Yes, in all sincerity, Tim, you're in a great position, bro. He said, I visited Guyana, and he said, after getting a different perspective on Colombia, I think I want to see that lifestyle before making a choice. Shout out to you, brother. That's a good point. That's what I did. I visited a couple of countries, and then I made my choice. Jamar's in the building. He said, what up, big brother Dre in chat room. He said, facts, I have a lot to unlearn to do, man. And it's crazy, man. I'm spending so much time unlearning stuff. And nobody as black men want to talk about this. They always try to teach us that we're supposed to pretend like we got it all together. And I'm like, no, half of that bull that my family taught me, I had to unlearn that. My community taught me some bull. Dude, half of them like, what? My country? Man, America had me thinking that like 98% of all ships went to the United States of our people. Of the 25 million people that came from the transatlantic trade. And I'm thinking that most of the ships came to the United States. I'm reading all the books. I'm going to the Nation of Islam meetings. I'm going to all this. Man, I'm thinking that every... Man, when I found out it was only 6% of all ships went to the United States, only 400,000 people landed in the United States. What the? Out of millions, out of 25 million, only 400,000 landed in the United States. All of them went to Caribbean islands and to up in Portugal, and they went to Brazil and Colombia and everywhere. They barely scratched the surface of the United States. But in the United States, they make it seem like that every single ship landed in the United States. Now I'm sitting up here in South America, got to relearn Black history all over again. Because of the lies that I heard from Black people in the United States that didn't tell me the truth, that it was Black people in South America. 10 million went to Brazil. Man. When I say you can't get comfortable, because a lot of times we get comfortable in the lies that was told to us. And sometimes they pay us to stay in that lie. Sometimes your job is just somebody lying to you and paying you to walk in that lie. You want this job? Yeah. We'll pay you $70,000. Yeah. As long as you walk in this lie and don't believe that you can be anything. Okay. I'll take $70,000 as long as I can stay in the United States and don't believe in myself. Some people will pay you. Many companies will pay you to lie to yourself. That's what most of us do as employees. You know that you just as smart as your boss and your boss's boss. You know that when you get off work, you were supposed to be working on that business or that book or working on your health or whatever it was, your marriage, your relationships, your friendships, whatever it is, networking, going to the Chambers of Commerce meetings, going to meetup.com meetings. None of that. You ain't doing none of that because they're paying you $70, $80, or $100,000 to lie to yourself and tell yourself you ain't gonna never be nothing except for what they pay you for. And so now you on the job 25, 30 years. I make $150. You think I give a fuck your $150,000? After you get done paying taxes and I don't have to pay none except for a few here, sprinkle. Few taxes here, few taxes there, but you paying out the yin yang, sprinkle. Please. Yeah, man. Yeah, get off your bench, man. You the Kobe. You can't sit up there on the bench. You ain't John Sally for the Lakers. You sit up there like John Sally on the bench getting 2 rings. Ain't done nothing. You ain't the John Sally that was with the Pistons. He says all about being self-sufficient. Absolutely correct, brother. He said, try create a business. He said, where you have time and resources to enjoy your life to the full. Many people are afraid to make changes. Fear is people's greatest downfall. Absolutely correct. That fear will keep you in your comfort zone, man, never to get out. Charles says the reason that is in 1806, the United States abolished, absolutely correct. That's why the United States didn't have as many ships as we thought they were. Abolished the importation of Africans in that illegal trade. Absolutely correct. Because United States was like, we got enough people here, so now let's just flip them. Let's make sure they had kids upon kids upon kids upon kids. That's how United States did theirs. There we go. Learn more about the global cost of cost of living. That's definitely. He said, Dre, you ain't lying. He said, I learned as I got older that the slave ships went out to South America and the Caribbeans. Absolutely. And to Mexico. Charles said, if you don't follow your dreams, someone will pay you to follow theirs. Man, I heard that before too, Charles. If you don't follow your dreams, somebody's going to pay you to follow theirs. And that's what my jobs were, man. I just kept, dude, if I could just let y'all go back into my life. I just knew. I knew I could taste it. I would be sitting up there talking to my boss and his boss. And his boss. And I'd never forget, no matter what job I had, I always treated them as equals. I just couldn't get, now I respected them for their positions. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't disrespectful to my position. But if we were just talking about a topic, I never looked at them like, wow, that's my boss or my boss's boss. I never did. Well, you know who that is. That's the CEO of. I never was that dude. Something in me told me, Dre, you are just as important on this planet as your boss's boss's boss. And so something in me never allowed me to have that sense of awe when I saw those dudes and when I conversed with them. I never treat them as, and I would see other people clamor, especially, you know, how white people, when they see the boss come in and they clamor like, oh, Mr. So-and-so's here. Mr. Spacely is here. And I just was never that dude. That's why I'm not that dude when it comes to sports figures or entertainers. I just can't see myself bowing my personality to another man that's accomplished goals, because something in me says I can accomplish my goals too. I just didn't know what was effing up my life. And when I found out that I wasn't finishing stuff, the difference between some of the most raggediest rappers out there that can't rap, they mumble, they stay high on everything. The biggest thing is they start a song and they finish it. These kids ain't got no talent at all, half of them. But they at least start and finish something, high as they can be. But at least these kids are starting it and they finishing it. And some of us ain't on no drugs and ain't on no stupidity. I mean, some people might smoke weed, you know what I mean, as far as drugs, but you don't finish what you start. And these kids that's on sipping syrup and everything else is beating us out and getting $1 million here and $100,000 there and $50,000 here and maybe making just $25,000. But these kids are beating us just because they're finishing stuff. Just because they're not getting comfortable. Shout out to my man in the building once again, The Condemned. He said, I have to drop some funds for that word about being paid to live a lie. You do. You do. I did. I get paid. I got paid well to live a lie. Andre, I need you to do me a favor. What? Lie to yourself. How long, sir? That's all my question was. How long and how much you gonna pay me to lie to myself about me? I didn't have to lie about my company. I didn't have to lie about the boss. I didn't have to lie about the commute to work. I didn't have to lie about my coworkers. I didn't have to lie about the jobs or projects they had me doing. The only thing that they paid me to lie about was to lie to myself about what I was supposed to actually become in my life. Can you keep that lie up, Andre? I could keep it up for 20 years, and that's what I did. I kept that lie up as a college recruiter for 20 mother years. And they paid me good to lie to myself. I should have never been in that position for no 20 years. I got the potential to own something just like they had the potential. I'm going to all these CEO meetings and chamber of commerce meetings and fundraisers. I'm watching everybody in there with the tuxedos on, and I got the tuxedo on, and I'm an employee. And I'm looking at these people like I'm equivalent to the room full of people. I got a tux on, you got a tux on. They are no better than me. The only difference was they were paying me to lie to me. and they paid me well, and I went for it. I went for it. I went for it. I was too comfortable to go back to zero and start from scratch and make something in my life. And this the funny part. I'm gonna come back to your super chat, brother. Thank you very much. Here's the funny part. What I did to myself. I knew the statistics said that the average person, male or female, leaves their job that was paying them well right around between the age of 45 to 49. The average person in the States that either starts a successful, whether it be their first or second time, but they've launched a successful business, are between the age of 45 and 55 years old. For men, that's usually the window where we make our best money. In the United States, statistically, 45 and 55. I'm making good money now. Wait till you hit 45, bruh, if you do it right. So when I was in the middle in 50, and I was like, well, I dang got to start back at zero. All I got is 20,000. I was in the right age for that anyway. I was in the right window. If I had did it at 25, it probably wouldn't have worked out because I wouldn't have had the wisdom that I needed. At 35, it might not have been able to work out because I had so many responsibilities as a stepfather. But now being a single man and I'm right in the right position, the window between 45 and 55, go ahead, start with that zero, because statistically, the people that start from zero in that window are the ones that succeed the most. The most successful people statistically in the United States when it comes to business are 45 and 55. That window right there is your window of economic success, especially for men. Now, can it happen before? Yes. Can it happen a little bit after? Of course, Colonel Sanders didn't start a Kentucky Fried Chicken with the stolen recipe till he was 65. Also, a Kroc, who was nothing but the salesman, a machine salesman, who decided to invest in McDonald's from the brothers in his 50s. Walmart, Sam Walton didn't take off until he had his little stores here and there, but it didn't take off until Sam Walton was older. And now we got Walmarts. And that family is one of the richest families in the world. Don't take for granted your 40s and 50s, bruh. I'm telling you. 20s, love them. 30s, hey, you the hottest. But I'm telling you, them 40s and 50s, if you need to start from scratch in your 40s, do not be scared, bruh. I'm telling you, take it from your boy. Just learn to finish what you start and watch what happens to your 40s and 50s. He said, I just started a new position at this company. Is I work at, but it doesn't seem like a win at all. I've been there. You got hired. Everybody else happy for you. Friends and family happy for you. Your girl happy for you. But you feeling like, so I'm going to do this again, huh? I'm going to sell my soul again, huh? I'm slowly wasting away. That's how I felt. But then I realized that for working for all those people, shout out again for you for the super chat, brother. I did realize I learned business skills from being in those businesses. I learned sales skills for being in sales. I learned all the soft skills as far as communication and networking. I learned all those things as well. I learned the ability to write notes like I do. I learned that for all the companies that I work for. And so when it was time to apply all those things to me, all this stuff that y'all see me do, I was doing it for somebody else's company. All this is stuff I picked up from other companies. All of it. Marketing, sales, motivation, making sure that I have my my numbers right. Business meetings. Like me and Andrea have. All this was to think about it, guys. All this stuff that I'm mentioning right now, you do it on your job anyway. Those daily or monthly meetings. Writing down you know what's expected of you for the day. Having a set time where you wake up and commute and get the job done. I use all that stuff. So the cool thing about it, those 20 years of being a college recruiter, it taught me the business side of somebody else's business. So when it was time for me to launch my business, I'm on point. All this stuff I've been doing for 20 years. Nothing different, literally nothing different, except I'm doing it for me now. And I've started businesses here and there, but I really just said, you know what? I'm gonna put my foot down and go for it. I'm tired of having to get somebody paying me to lie to myself about who I really am. I know that feeling of wasting away. He said they got to keep the myth alive. Yes, Taru. He said real split is I'm dipping in somebody's conversation. I don't want to dip. As soon as I see the at sign, I just step away. He said Damien Dash always talked about being a real boss, your own. Correct. He said sometimes, Dre, you have to understand that there are leaders and there are followers, and they are, and I respect that. Not everyone can wear the crown. This is true. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Sometimes people have to be left behind. This is true. One thing I can say, and thank you, Mr. Crypto Traveler, for that, because that's a good point. Some of you guys got some good jobs and you ain't going no dang where. Some of you dudes gonna retire. Think about it. We already talk about this all the time. 72% of all Americans, y'all know I love using that stat, will not leave or live outside of a 50-mile radius of the hospital in which you were born. Wherever city you were born in, you got a 72% chance that that's where your butt gonna pass on in. 70. If you from Detroit, you got a 72%. If you from Philly, 72%. New York, you got a 72% chance that you gonna die within a 50-mile radius of the hospital in which you were born. 70 California dudes, y'all been to California my whole life. You got a 72% chance of staying there your whole life. You Atlanta dudes, yeah, you got a 72% of being in the A your whole life. Who did the survey? U-Haul truck. If don't nobody know where we moved to in the United States, is U-Haul. Can we all agree on that? There can't nobody do a survey on us moving. It's U-Haul. 72% of us ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay exactly where you are. And I ain't talking to you. I love you. You my people. But I know you stand in the States. And I need you to. I need you to pay your taxes in the States so the passports can be strong and the U.S. currency can be strong. So when I and other brothers and sisters use our passports, you're going to stay in the States. You're going to vacation a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're going to have a barbecue at home. You're going to watch the NFL draft at home. Got you. I'm with you. I'm your brother. But I ain't talking to you. And that still don't mean that you can't go after goals even if you don't travel somewhere. And even if you stay on your job, there are other goals that God has put in your life that you need to go after. Some of y'all need the goal of being faithful to a woman and stop being like me, comfortable in cheating. Oh, y'all didn't think person could get comfortable in cheating? Man, I was cheating so good, it was comfortable. Cheating for me was not uncomfortable. It was not a difficult task at all. I was at the Shaolin Temple of cheating. I was a monk guru of cheating. Don't tell me some of y'all dudes ain't been comfortable in cheating. You've been cheating on women your whole life like I was. You ain't knew nothing else but cheating. Man, dude, and I ain't talking about you. Y'all know my ego. I ain't gonna be with nothing ugly and nothing big. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna be with nothing ugly and nothing big. I like to have something that I ain't got to say nothing. I could just walk up on y'all with her and y'all be like, dang, Dre, I love when brothers be like, hey, that's you, dog. That's your work, dog. Yeah, that's a small thing for a giant, dog. That's who I deal with. Intellectual women, traditional women, attractive women, very feminine, very ladylike. I've always dealt with women like that, very intellectual. But they got cheated on. They got cheated on. And I was comfortable in it. I sat back like a pig in mud, like the Bible said. I was comfortable in my cheat. So some of you dudes, it ain't about your job or your career, or if you go move to another country. Some of y'all just too comfortable and just doing your negativity. Some of y'all, you don't know how to sit back and finish a good relationship. So now you're going on your third marriage like your Steve Harvey. I had to admit to myself, Dre, you bruh, you too comfortable with cheating. You just don't care. Some of y'all cheating, y'all cheat so much, man. And y'all so comfortable in cheating that y'all sit back. Y'all will sit back and let your phone sit there and just let it ring. Man, she ain't gonna go nowhere. So the chick on the phone ain't going nowhere, and my girl here ain't going nowhere. You just got cheat confidence. How do I know? That's how I was. So it may not be a career thing with you. It might be something on the inside that's holding you back. Some of y'all, you're cheating when it comes to your diet. You ain't seen in 3 years. I'm gonna say it again. Some of y'all put on so much weight in 3 years, you ain't seen Joe in 3 years. You can, and if you don't sit or lean back in a certain position, you don't know if you got new hairs down there, your belly sticking over so far. You don't know if your hairs have turned gray in the last 3 years. You don't know if they long, short, curly hairs, your pubic hairs. You ain't seen if you ain't seen your pubic hairs in 3 years, not one. I'm talking about your stomach's so big, you don't even see your thighs when you stand up. That's how big your stomach is. You cheating on your diet. You cheating on your health. You stand up and you ain't nothing but belly. You ain't nothing but looking like Thanksgiving or Christmas. Anytime little kids want to just get on your lap and ask for Christmas gifts and it's June, you ain't seen your penis in forever in a day, ever in a day. You just reaching down there hoping you grab your penis by habit when you use the bathroom, because you ain't seen penis and nuts in years, because that's how much weight you to put on. Some of you ladies, I'm gonna tell you now, you so big, you ain't seen a coochie hair in so long. You can't tell nobody what your coochie hair look like. Your coochie hair got gray streaks and you don't even know it. Unless you stand in front of a mirror, you don't even know what your coochie hair looking like. You got to use a mirror to shave, because you don't want to mistake and cut yourself, because you can't look down. It's too much belly right there, ladies. It's too much belly. Anytime your belly is 3 times the size of your breast sticking out, ladies, you need to work on that diet. You wearing a size C breast, but you got a triple C gut. You sitting up there size B breast, and you sitting up there with size B belly. Ladies, that ain't cute. I know them dudes out there be trying to tell you, I like a woman with a little bit of meat. Ladies, not quality men. Regular, everyday, broke dudes from the hood that's been with jobs that tell them to lie to themselves. Yeah, they like a little bit of meat, but don't no dude in the long run hey, how many dudes have you ever seen, ladies, wanted an overweight woman when she was in her 40s and 50s? It's cool to say that I like a woman with a little meat. Yeah, they say that mean a woman in her 30s and late 20s with a little meat, because her curves are just right. But we ain't talking about women in our 40s, ladies. I'm sorry. We ain't talking to y'all. When we sit back and say a little meat, we ain't talking to y'all. Because your meat look like gravy now. It look like gravy, okay? It look like just gravy all over the bed. You cheating or being comfortable with unhealthy diet. So some of us ain't we may be okay with our career, but there may be other areas where you so comfortable, you just like, I only do a 6-pack on the weekends in Doritos. A 6-pack of what? 40 ounces? In the family bag of Doritos every weekend? Because that's how your stomach looking, ladies. I mean, it's sticking way out there, ladies. It's sticking way out there. Anytime your stomach needs its own bra, come on, ladies. Somebody needs to go ahead and stop playing and invent the stomach bra. Because that's what a lot of you ladies need. And they want to call yourself to put on a girdle. Really? But I ain't here to talk about you. I'm here to help my brothers and sisters. Like I said, we gotta start finishing what we started. Let me scroll down a little bit. I'm just saying. Gabrielle, my man, he said, I asked my employer if they allow employees to work remote overseas. He said, no, I have to think of another plan. That's it. You know what I like? I like what you said. Shout out to you, Gabrielle. You asked. You believed in yourself enough at least to ask. You know how many dudes don't even ask? You know how many ladies don't ask? At least ask. And then the part 2, you said, now I know. Now I got to start maneuvering another game plan. But if you wouldn't have asked, part 2 wouldn't have took place. You got to start asking. Why is Andre in here? Shout out to you guys in regards to the consultation. What? A tambourine. Kevin in the building. I know, right? What is Andrea doing in here, Stefano? She just popped up on. So y'all ain't heard a word. I was my handsome piece of candy. I'm doing good. Excelente, amor. Amor mío, mío. As a black man and woman, our family thought of us from a very young age that achieving success was landing a good job. True, too. Andrea tells me about that here in Colombia. She says that's what families often say. If you get a good job, that hey, you didn't did what you're supposed to do. I'm like, Stefano said exactly. He said, I took what I learned from the streets. I took that too. I use a lot of my street business knowledge in here too. Absolutely correct. He said, I learned in school. True. He said, I applied it in real life. That's so true. He said, you're correct. When I told my mom what I earned, she asked me repeat myself like 4 times. You baby, you make what now? My baby's so blessed. Shout out to mom. He said, now my team at work is the best team. That's what I'm talking about. It's time for me to take this on the road. Yes, absolutely. That's what I did. Shout out to my man. He said, let me thank you again, sir, for those next words. He said, I will take this time to learn the business at what new position. Absolutely correct. That business side, man, of all the little things that you learn on your job, man, open up doors for the future. I didn't realize that all this stuff that I was learning, the whiteboards and all the keeping notes and all that stuff would take care of me at this stage of life. I'm just thinking I'm working for somebody and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But I'm picking up all these little skills. Why? Because I knew that it was something special about me, and I didn't realize all these little things would pay off. Kid you not, brother. He said, still work my side businesses. Absolutely correct. That's how you do it. He said, passion projects for a couple years. That's right. Give it that date before I step out completely. That's exactly how you do it, man. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. You did it. That's exactly how you do it. Pick up more skills. Prepare yourself for whenever you do your exodus and actually do the exodus. That's it. And even if it takes you 3, 4, 5 years to do it. He said, yeah, that move works for Work out for you, Dre. Yeah, it did, man. I kid you not. He said, gotta show some support to the stream and the chat. Dre, as men, we gotta hear these things. Growth and development is evolution. Shout out to Mike T in the building. Shout out to, hey, Mike, I got a question for you. Do you have a YouTube channel? I saw a Mike T YouTube channel and I was like, is that the same Mike? So let me know, Mike. Julian says, thanks again, Mike, for the super chat. He said, I'm originally from Milwaukee. All right. He said, I don't think I'm gonna die there. I hope not. Hey, I'm just saying, bruh. Statistics shows. Statistics. Don't laugh, fellas. Statistics shows. 72%. Charles said, if I die in the U.S., I'm going to be cremated. For real, man. I told myself, I said, boy, if I die in the U.S., me and God got to have a long talk about resurrecting this body. Listen, I got to go back, God. What? I ain't about to die in the U.S. No. He said, my friends and family will then take my ashes, correct, scatter them to my in my favorite cities in the world. Why? So I could be in all my favorite spots all at once. That's already mine. Yeah, that's mine, man. I just talk about that. That's me. Cremation, spread mines on the ocean because I want my to spread. I want my presence to be felt on all continents. A part of me is floating to Antarctica. A part of me is floating to Europe. A part of me floating to Southeast Asia. A part of me might float back to Colombia, and a part might float to Cuba, in Mexico, maybe even to Florida. But yeah, that's me, right? That's me right there. You ain't never lied, bro. That's me 100%. Yeah, I just need to close her ears, man. And she always do that, man. She always, whenever I'm talking about something, she'll creep in like, let me see what he talking about. He said he was cheating. Okay, shout out to Travis in the building. He said, shout out for the super chat also, Travis, the $4.99, man. Thanks for the love. He said, much respect, bro. He said, I lost all in my late 90s. Now getting back in my early 40s with wisdom. There you go, like I was saying earlier. And now in beast mode, physical shape. That wisdom opens up so many doors, man. Once you start getting to that age of wisdom, man, I ain't mad at you, brother. Shout out to you. He says, to all the big brothers and sisters, water fast. Water fast is very good for weight loss. Try 3 days, no food, just water. Wow, that's I've done that one. I've done that one. I have. I've done it a few times. Absolutely correct. Now I'm doing a gallon of water every day, but I have done the water fast a few times. You're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct about the water fast. All right. CCC Guts. Shout out to you, brother. He said, and they got the nerve to wear waist trainers. Yes. Yeah, dude. I'm just saying, man. Ladies, come on. You can't. We talking about the brothers here, but we got to talk about y'all too. If you ain't seen your coochie in a mighty long time, come on, ladies. And ladies, I'm telling you now, and ain't nobody trying to, ladies, can I tell you something that most men don't tell you? You gotta lose weight if you want the man to keep going down on you. Cause all that can't breathe. Hey fellas, did you ever go down on the female and you had to like put one nostril to the side because that's the only nostril you can breathe out of because you're trying to eat the coochie, but at the same time, that's the life saving. You feel like you breathe. Like you got like you got the pack on your back, like you underwater because you trying to push, and she thinking that but you gotta push that fat out the way, and you like that nostril, like you try. I can't. So now you gotta hold your breath if you go down there to. And you go back in there, ladies. Ain't nobody trying to be dealing with that at this stage of life. You need to lose that fat or we gonna get a younger woman. No dude want a heavy, older woman. Ladies, it's hard enough for attractive, fit older women to find a man. If you're a big girl in your 40s, you really ain't gonna find no man. Nah, you'll find a simp here and there who ain't got nothing. No, he need a couch to sleep on. But regular dudes, no. We are not trying to suffocate between your legs. It's not gonna work, ladies. Not at this stage of life. That's a public service announcement from your boy. Yeah, she built like gravy. Some women just built like gravy. That stomach is just all on her back. It's all on the lower shoulder. You looking like, man. He said, man, what's in that glass for real? Just mango juice, bruh. Mango juice and facts. He said his stomach need his own bra. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm just saying, brothers. Truth be told. Truth be told. Shout out to my brother in the building. I'm just saying, man. These women, man. Listen, I love them, but I can't just talk about the fellas and not talk about the ladies because we all got something to work on. He said, what good, brother? Peace to the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe to my man, Speak Spanish Now. If you're trying to get your Spanish game on track, especially conversational Spanish, this is the channel. Between him and Let's Learn Spanish, make sure you subscribe to both of these brothers because they are helping us out tremendously. He says, being fit brings great benefit. That's true. Great benefits. For starters, your health is greater. Your knees and ankles don't hurt when you lose weight. That is so. I've learned that. I've learned that very much so. Make sure you guys subscribe to my man Tobias the Traveler. Good dude. Up and coming. Some good content. Especially, hey, if you guys like the European ladies, yeah, go ahead. Go on, take care of that, bro. Go on, subscribe to Tobias. He got something for you waiting over there. You guys, if you plan on going to anything that's got to do with Europe, go on over to that channel, man, because he got some stuff for you. Believe you me, he got some nice videos. Oh, you don't have a channel, man? I saw another dude with just like Mike T. All right. He said he going in again. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe. Thanks, Stefano. Make sure you subscribe to Let's Speak Spanish Now. Yeah, man. Y'all, the only reason y'all laughing, Julian, the only reason y'all brothers laughing, man, because we all been there. You be down there and then you try to keep that one nostril up and try to breathe through that nostril. But then if that nostril get clogged up, now you got to breathe through your mouth. Lick, 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 lick. And she thinking that you just trying to breathe on the coochie. And you know, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live. Girl, I need you to lose some fat. Goodness gracious. Some of you ladies just think it's just so, oh, girl, he was down there just doing. Oh, my goodness. But y'all like them thick. Okay. He said, yes, and breathe it sideways. Right. You use a half your mouth to breathe, the other half of the mouth you're trying to eat with. Yeah, this just, I'm like, man, goodness gracious, man. He said, you gotta wear clothes because she smells. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I had to leave that one alone. If I had to go to that extreme, he said, right? Yup. If I gotta go to that extreme, Charles, I might have to leave her alone. Gotta come up for air. Yeah, every time. Lick, lick, lick. And you try to look cool while you doing it. That's the part. You're not trying to look like you inhaling, exhaling. Woo. We all got some tales to be told. All right, guys, let's let this one be the last one. I don't think we're going to get to the 10. But here we go. One thing that I did when it came to becoming a finisher, I started studying finishers and I started hanging out with finishers and networking with finishers. If you ain't a finisher, I don't mess with you. I do not mess with people that don't finish what they start. Because it's easy. You make it easy for me to slip back into my habit of not finishing just like you do. especially if you're a person that doesn't finish and you look successful at doing it, it'll be easy for me to slip back into the habit of being successful and not a finisher. A lot of times we don't finish stuff because a lot of our friends and families, they got a house, they got a car, but it's a lot of stuff in their life they ain't finished yet. They ain't finished losing that weight yet. They ain't finished a good marriage yet. They ain't finished being a good dad yet or being a good mom yet. They ain't finished doing what they said. They said something that they wanted to do 20 years ago, but even though they got all this stuff, he owns 3 trucks and he owns this and he's got that, but it was something that he told himself 20 years ago that he wanted to do just for himself outside of money, and he ain't never finished it. I like what Les Brown says. If you want to know the most talented place in the world, if you want to go to a place where there's the most gifted people, if you want to go where most of the most greatest books of all times are located, if you want to go where the greatest actors, sports figures, performers, the greatest people that ever to accomplish, go to the graveyard. All those skills and gifts and abilities that died with people are all in the graveyard. People that should have had the patent for this and the patent for that. People that should have wrote the greatest of American novels. People that should have won a track meet. Some people that should have won, that should have been drafted this year in the NFL. Go to a graveyard. Les Brown said that's the most talented spot in the world. There is no place anywhere more talent than the graveyard. When I pass on, I'm passing empty. I'm gonna pass on in the middle of doing something. Yes, he was in the gym. Yes, he was on stage. Yes, he was in the middle of taking the children to school. When I'm gonna be in the middle of doing something, ain't gonna be no, I'm sitting up there eating snacks and I passed on in the middle of a snack because I'm choking on a Dorito. 1,000 Ways to Die episode. No. That is not gonna happen. In all sincerity. So I decided that if I'm gonna stay a finisher, the only people that I'm gonna surround myself with are finishers, dudes like you all. People that start something and finish it. Charles said, Dre, I'm going to this spot for my birthday. Charles hit me up. Hey, guess what? I'm at that spot in this particular country. He started something, he finished it. The one brother that sat back and he said, I went to my boss and I asked him, could I do my job remotely from a different location? The boss said no, but he started something and finished it. I'm more proud of that than anything else. The brother that says he's getting his certification. He started something, he's finished it. Them the people I deal with. It does, to me, at this point in life, it doesn't matter if you rich or poor or whatever it is. It's, do you finish stuff? Because we're all children of habit. I can't afford to be around people that don't finish nothing in life. I need to be around finishers because finishers need to be around me, and I'm a finisher. Get around people that finish stuff, man. Some of your friends, your partners, I got partners, man, right now. They just be, man, it's one ear. Hey, Dre, blah, 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 blah. And I just sit back and I be like, man, you been talking about, in my mind, I be like, man, you been talking about this for about 7 years, dog. How many times you guys have traveled and you'd have had a partner tell y'all, man, next time you go, dog, hit me up, man, because I'm going next time, dog. I'm going to Brazil with you next time, dog. He been saying that for about 7, 8 years. Some of your friends that ain't finishers, you keep them as friends, but you handle them with a long handled spoon. You got to have some finishers in your life, bro. If you're going to continue to be the finisher that you deserve to be, you got to put finishers in your life. If you want to be a person that loses weight, get around some people that's losing weight. What I did the other day, This is like my day. It's like my day 19, day 20 of the 75-day challenge. To keep me encouraged, what I did yesterday, I went on YouTube and I went on, what I did, I just Googled 75-day challenge on my phone, 75-day challenge results. And I just looked at people's pictures from day 1 to day 75. And then I looked at some people had videos. One couple had a cool one. They posed day 1. And then they held hands and they jumped in the air. And when they landed, it was day 75. And bruh, I'm talking about the girl hot to death. Day 1, just a regular everyday chick. Just regular. She wasn't big. She was just regular everyday girl. The guy was just a regular guy. Just you would ignore him walking down the street, both of them. I kid you not. They posed on day 1, and then they turned and they held hands and they jumped in the air at the same time. And when they landed, it changed to day 75. And boy, she was hot to death. Facial features kicked in, cheekbones, everything, body curvaceous. Bam, bam, bam. The dude has his muscle structure, 6-pack. I'm looking like finishers. If you ain't a finisher, you can't keep me motivated. I don't care what you got. If you ain't no finisher. But Dre, I own a Maserati. And you fat as you could barely fit in that Maserati. You ain't no finisher. Hey, Dre, I own 3 businesses. But you can't keep a woman happy. None. Other than sex, you ain't no good for a woman. You ain't no finisher. Hey, Dre, I've been to Brazil 15 times, or Colombia 12 times, or Thailand 7 times. I'm gonna move there one day. You retired? Yeah, I'm ex-military. I got pension and everything. You got any responsibility? My kid's grown. You ain't no fucking finisher. If you told yourself that you move a Zoom into Thailand with Richie Mack or DR, and you've been saying that mess for 15 years and the kids are grown and gone and you ain't got no responsibilities and you getting pension, you ain't no finisher. You just a dude with some money. I see dudes in DR. All you big boys in DR, overweight with your funky. Ooh, man, y'all be stinking, man. Y'all think y'all be stinking in the States? That DR weather, boy, I done came across some of y'all big boys in DR. I ain't gonna lie. Can I be honest? And this is not insulting. I'm not trying to insult anybody. But some of you big boys, you DR big boys, y'all funky. That humidity and heat hit that fat, and you ain't used to showering 3-4 times a day because you was in the States. Some of y'all need to get in that habit of finish taking a shower because y'all funky. Either lose the weight or take your butt in the shower, because when you get too big, it all comes out your pores. Some of you big boys don't realize it ain't because you ain't put deodorant on. It ain't because you got a little fat up under here and it sweats. No. Some of y'all get so big, whatever you eating coming through your pores, and you can't smell it. Everybody else smelling it. Sometimes you need to lose weight just so you ain't stinking. Your cologne game can't keep up with your funk because you so big. Sometimes y'all so big, it just coming through your knuckles. Your knuckles funky. Anytime you, oh my God, what's that? Your knuckles stink. Anytime your wrist got a scent and it ain't cologne, you need to put deodorant on your wrist with your fat, and you wonder why you gotta pay for play. You gotta pay for play. It comes through your pores when you get a certain size, dudes. And if you don't care, why should we sit back and be caring? You're not a finisher. I live in DR and I got money and you stink. And don't nobody want to be around you unless you pay for it. You ain't a finisher. Once again, I'm not here to insult anybody or hurt anybody's feelings or belittle anybody. My point is to motivate us to be finishers. I'm letting y'all know before I shut this down in the next 15 minutes, that's my number one. If you ever wonder what put me on this trajectory and keep me going, I write my visions down. I give myself an expiration date. It ain't nothing I do in life get comfortable with. My victories and failures, I never get comfortable with. Whether I do something that's great, I never get comfortable with that greatness. If I do something and I fail, I never wallow in it and say, see, I'll never make it in life. No, I never get comfortable. I'll never put myself in a position where somebody pay me to lie to myself. Not again. I make sure I network with people. I network with people that are finishers. I cannot afford to hang out with people that's not finishers anymore. Absolutely correct, Mike. I can't afford it, man. If I get around 5 or 6 dudes that I could tell that they ain't finishers in life, that'll pull me back, man. That'll pull me back so bad, man. My life would be, Andre would be looking at me like, what's wrong? Why can't you accomplish anything? You used to be like this. You used to be like, because I'm hanging around people that don't finish. And all of a sudden, me and Andre don't work out. Why? Because I've already picked up the habit again of not finishing. And then all of a sudden, my marriage falls apart. Why? Because I ain't no finisher anymore. I tell Andrea all the time, this is it. This is the grand finale for me. I ain't trying to be married to nobody else. I'm good. I'm trying to finish. I want to finish. I want to finish everything. I want to finish this, man. Finish losing this weight. Finish it. And mine is only like 5-10 pounds. Finish it, Dre. I want to finish learning Spanish. I'm tired of this half a little bit of this Spanglish that I know. Finish it, Dre. Finish learning Spanish. I want to finish going ahead buying properties next year. Don't just be talking about it. Write it down. Do the steps that you needed to make and buy that piece of property and then buy the next one. I don't want to just talk about Guyana and watching everybody else investing in Guyana. Guyana just opened up the first Starbucks. They never had to have a Starbucks. They just opened up their first, what was it? Was it Burger King? I forgot which restaurant. It just what major food restaurant franchise just opened? KFC. Guyanese ain't never had no KFC. Why is Starbucks and all these other franchises opening up in Guyana if ain't nothing going on over there? Why is Guyana opening up a $100 million casino in the next couple of years? It ain't nothing going on in Guyana. I started talking about it and motivating myself and other people to invest in Guyana, in the stock market. I gotta finish what I started. Because if you're gonna be around me, bruh, you around a finisher. You better believe that. There's one thing that you got in your brother Andre. If you can't depend on me for nothing, I'm a finisher. Even if I have to tell you, hey, I'm gonna have to get to that a little bit later. Give me 2 more days, 3 more days, but I promise you, I'm gonna finish what I started. He said, I've been training to become a better free diver. That's what's up, man. So I'm able to hold my breath. 3, what? That's what? You always surprise me, EMB. You always surprise me, brother. At 44 seconds. So I got time to go diving in other places. Man, that's amazing, bro. I won't even lie to you. That is amazing. He said, I'm not finishing what you start kind of makes me feel like I have up on life or given up on life or hope in life. Not finishing what you start kind of makes me feel like, shout out to you, Jason, by the way. Like I have, hey, Jay, do me a favor. Rewrite that last part so I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, you get, what, at 3 minutes and 44 seconds? I ain't mad at you. He said, not finishing what I started. There we go. He said, not finishing what I started with being fat or lazy women makes me feel like I gave up on life. Yeah, man. Thank you for having it out there. Yeah, man. I feel you on that one, Jay. Because if you notice this, one of the reasons why when we go back to the States, we see everybody so big because everybody, a lot of times, can I say something for real? A lot of times in the States, what happens is, well, we compare ourselves to other, where they ain't in shape. My little 15 extra pounds mean nothing compared to her 17 to 20 extra pounds. Shoot, my partner over here, he got extra 50 pounds. So my extra 15 don't mean nothing. So we'll kind of like compromise finishing what we started just because we comparative shop to our fellow Americans and not realize we keep forgetting that statistics show that America is one of the top 10 most obese countries in the world. Not every country number one cause of death is heart failure. America. Heart failure is up there globally, yes, but not every country's number one cause of death is heart failure. But in America, guaranteed, that's number one. Because we ain't finishing what we started. I'm just saying, bro. He said, I'm going to bed, I'm done. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just putting it out there. They knuckles be funky, man. Dudes, man, hey, it be some funky dudes, man. And you know how you got big partners that it ain't they fault. You be like, man, ain't his fault, man. He a big boy, man. He just coming through, the pig feet and them hog maws coming through his skin, man. You know, he good people though. He good people. But dog, I can smell his knuckles, dog. I'm just putting it out there, man. Take care of that. Like me and Andre being here saying, hey, babe, you need to take care of that. I come in from the gym, Andre be like, hey, babe, you need to take care of that. Hit the showers. First time I ever heard about funky knuckles, bro. Some people, yeah. Thank you guys for also following us on Instagram, Love Crossing Borders. Yeah, we got some great photos up there. Learn about investing in Guyana. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, dudes, man. I've been doing a lot of homework behind the scenes, man. I actually just finished watching a couple of videos just recently, just actually yesterday. The guy, this young man interviewed, because Guyanese in Guyana, in order to invest in the stock market there, you have to use one of 4 brokerage firms that they have there. The young man was interviewing one of the heads of the brokerage firm who was explaining how Guyana stocks work. I didn't know this. Their dividend stocks and their capital gain stocks are tax-free. So whatever you make in Guyana, that's yours, bruh. Tax-free. I was like, wow. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, y'all love that cost of living list. A calculator. All you do is just put in whatever city you want to go to and the city that you're in. You get a chance to see what the difference in cost of living is. EMB, that would be good. I thought about the same thing, like that 3 minutes with the fat girls. Like he'd go down on the fat girls for 3 minutes, hold his breath. I was surprised to see how big some of the women were when I stopped off at the airport in Philly. I noticed that too when I got off got off the airport in the States, man, a couple years back, and I was like, man, it's like, is everybody big? Black, white, purple, quirple, didn't matter. Everybody was big. All right, I have 2 savings accounts. I put $33. There we go. I have my Fidelity. I have Fidelity. Yep. Hit 1,000 already. That's what I'm talking about, brother. He said, and my regular savings account 700 is just that simple. Yep. Slowly but surely, man, meticulously. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. And over time, the next thing you know, boom. And you looking crazy. The brother said, and I want you guys to really not take this for granted. The brother says that in my Fidelity account, I hit $1,000. I'm gonna tell you why I emphasized on that. Shout out to you, brother. 85% of America does not have $1,000 emergency fund. It's true. Let me see if I can find that stat. 85% of Americans do not have $1,000 emergency fund. Oh, there we go. It's actually 57. It's now down to 57%. This was January 2000. I'm gonna, you know me. I gotta bring in facts. Even if I'm off on the stats, I'm gonna let you know the truth. Let me do a screen share. Last year it was 87. Now it's 57 this year, which is better, but that's still bad. 57% of Americans cannot afford $1,000 emergency expenses, says new report. A look at why Americans are saving less and how you can boost your emergency fund. So when this brother said that he has at least $1,000 in his Fidelity account, I am proud of him, because 57% of the United States don't even have that. He ahead of the curve. I'm talking about some people that's got, oh, don't get it twisted. It's some doctors in that percent that don't, in that 57%. There's some attorneys in that 57%. There's some actors and some rappers in that 57%. There's some business owners in that 57%. Don't think that it's just all homeless or regular everyday people. There's some broke people with Maseratis that just spent up all their money on the Maserati. So when this brother got at least $1,000 put to the side, he ahead of 57% of the country. My country, 'tis of thee. Y'all keep on lying to yourself. He said, I'm only 165. I ain't mad at you, MB. He said, I like my Latinas the way they're usually portrayed. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, guys. Well, I'm about to head up out of here, guys. I hope the information in which I shared was encouraging and helpful. Remember, guys, the first thing I would say when it comes to finishing, you gotta set an expiration date, man. I'm telling you, you gotta write it down. You gotta be around people that's not gonna make your life comfortable like they making their life comfortable. Your boys got money, you got money, but all y'all out of shape and breathing hard. Ain't nobody finishers in that group. And here's the part. If I was in front of y'all and I'm healthy and I tell y'all that, y'all gonna be looking at me and try to put me down for telling y'all the truth. Ain't none of y'all finishers. Man, I own this house and I own 3 buildings and I own this and I own that. And all y'all can try to convince me of everything you own. And I'm looking at y'all like, y'all need the right wheels. Cause y'all heart look like it's about to bust in about 3 hours. Cause you're so fat and out of shape. But you trying to tell me about what all you own. No, you just telling me about what all you gonna leave for somebody else. That's all most dudes do. If you ain't taking care of your health, Your health is your wealth. You ain't take care of your health? Well, I don't like oatmeal. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I don't like to be in the hospital with tubes going through my nose. Trying to fight for my life. I don't like how to fight for my life. Hooked up to a machine. So give me the oatmeal in the water for $300, Alex. But I'm up out of here. I'm about to go hang out with Miss Nosy over here. All right, guys. Once again, my name is Andre. Love Crossing Borders. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, being here this evening. We had a great time, great show. I know this one lasts an hour longer, but I'm going to break this one up during the week so other people can enjoy it. But it was a great time to have you guys here. Finish enjoying the recap of the NFL draft to see what your teams got. And shout out to all you guys, man. I got number love for you guys. Feliz Años, or not Feliz Años, but Feliz Noches. Good evening. Thank you, Drake. Take care, Unc. Yeah, I'm up out of here, guys. Have a great night. Yep. You guys have a great one too, man. Enjoy your night. I'm about to create an